This is where the party is at, in Poughkeepsie, New York. It is a hockey night in the Hudson Valley. For the first time since 1999, Marist College Hockey is on NCTV. I'm Scott Montesano, joined by Paul Beach, and once again, welcome to Marist College Hockey. Tonight, the Red Foxes will be hoping that the bright lights of television will break them out of their 8-game winless streak. And during that streak, Marist is 0-7-1, losing 6 straight. Injuries have played a key part with the lead scorer Jordan Plant, who many, while those in the lineup unexpected to play tonight. The injuries also led to Rutgers hospital trying to keep, which is such an aggressive play that we've seen in the beginning of the season when they started 3-1. The Rutgers Ice Knights come to town tonight. The Red Foxes are a Division II club hockey team. Rutgers Division I, but really, Rutgers isn't all that good. No, they're not really that good, Scott. Last season, they finished with a record of 125-1, with 1 win and 5 coming against Marist. Tonight, they entered the game with a record of 0-12-1. This is not a good team defensively, so hopefully Marist has an opportunity to get revenge and also to get back in the standings in their conference. What we will do right now is take a break. When we return, we'll have the Super League Hockey League standings. You're watching Marist College Hockey on MCTV. Welcome back to Marist College Hockey on MCTV. It's now time to send it to our third member of the broadcast team, Jen Pasquale, with the Super League Hockey League standing. Jen?
Thanks, Scott. The Marist Hockey snapped their 18 winless streak. They sit in 6th place on the Super East Collegiate Hockey League. Stony Brook tops the field at number 1, followed by Westfield State and NYU. Connecticut State University and Garner Forces respectively, followed by Marist and 6th. Albany State and Montclair State University finished out the SECHL. Marist hopes to use this game as a stepping stone to get back on track. Back to you, Scott and Paul.
Welcome back to Marist College Hockey. Thanks, Jen, with the Super League Hockey League standings right there. Again, Scott Montesano with you, joined by Paul Beach. Paul, again, the Red Foxes being set to take on the Rutgers Ice Knights. As we take a look at as Jen told about the standings before, Marist is 2-5-1, and this game could really set them in good position, not only in the standings, but in the rankings. As we say, we're ranked 9 as last night East came out. Once again, this is not a league contest. This is a game that really could help the Red Foxes in the American Collegiate Hockey Association rankings. The last rankings came out on November the 1st. The Red Foxes were ranked 9th in those rankings. However, another ranking came out earlier today, which is November the 15th, and that has the Red Foxes not ranked at all. Of course, the Red Foxes in the middle of an 8-game winless streak, and that's really what it's hurting them heading into tonight's game. And the injuries, like we said before, played a key factor. They lost their lead scorer and that aggressive punch that Jordan Plant provides for the team. This is an aggressive team. They started off to a great start, and after a while with the injuries, the non-aggressiveness, and the lack of confidence, the team sort of fell apart. But they're playing Rutgers, which is not particularly a strong team. They had the opportunity to set things straight tonight, Scott. Well, last season, the Rutgers Ice Knights and the Red Foxes played twice. Marist and Rutgers tied 1-1 here at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in early November of last season, before Rutgers won later in the season 7-5 against the Red Foxes. That was the only 2 non-losses for Rutgers last season. And that's what makes it particularly tough for Marist, knowing that Rutgers is not a strong team. A team that should be able to come out and handle quite easily, but because of their slumps, which is actually have carried over into this season, this is something we've seen before with injuries and aggression. Well, I've been fighting for this for 3 years. It's time now for Marist College Hockey on MCTV. The Red Foxes in the first tradable state from left to right. They are wearing the home white jerseys. Rutgers in the road, red and black shades from right to left. The opening faceoff is won by Rutgers. We are underway from the mid-Poughkeepsie center. Rutgers comes into the far side corner. Going after it is Jerry Cabela for the Red Foxes. Cabela behind his net. He is the captain for the Red Foxes, by the way. Puck kicks out in front. Foxes have trouble in their own defensive zone this season. Into the slot, Chris Murray, Sr., banks it off the far board. Checked in, however, by Scalindo. He sends it in front. He stays there by Allison. Will get tied up after the play by Adam Levinson of Rutgers. Levinson, number 6 for Rutgers, their only prolific goal scorer, with 6 shutments, make that 4 on the season. Lee Katz had a shot there, walked down easily by Allison, and we are just about a minute underway. This is something Marist has to be concerned about. After the faceoff, Rutgers spent a lot of time in Marist zone. Their defense was able to hold up this time, but if this is a message for later on, Marist needs to play aggressive to get the puck to the other side of the ice. Matt Allison saved his 8th straight shot for the Red Foxes in goal. He comes in it tonight with a 2-6-1 record, a 4.07 goals against average. However, that is a little misdeceiving. He is really one of the better goaltenders at this level of club hockey. Puck at center ice, gobbled up there by Chamberlain. Chamberlain in the face-off circle. His shot whistles wide. Steve Varga, by the way, in goal tonight for the Rutgers Ice Knights. Varga, a junior out of East Islip, New York. Got to keep it in the zone. Cross-ice pass. Then on front, whistled wide. There's a late penalty coming up on the ice ice as soon as they touch up the puck. And this is a good sign from Marist being able to spend now time in the Rutgers zone, as now as Rutgers has touched the puck and has a penalty. However, the Red Foxes will not get a power play. The Red Foxes have the power play coming up. However, it'll get negated there on, I believe, a hooking call on that Don Durango. Yes, it is. An interference call on Don Durango. That will negate the power play the Red Foxes were going to have. The penalty was also called on Steve Tate of the Ice Knights. So we will play 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes. And you hate to see that if you're Marist, because they knew they were going to have the advantage, and one little mistake has now caused it to be a 4-on-4 even event. The 4-on-4 hockey coming up. 18-27 to play in the first period. Face off in the Rutgers zone. Jordan Platt will be out there taking the face off for the Foxes. Platt leads the team with 6 goals and 4 assists. He has 10 points on the season. I tell you, Jordan packed a powerful punch for Marist last year as a freshman. And that's what all freshmen were last season. I think they scored the most goals of the team. And Jordan Platt is the spot to Marist team's fire. Face off, won by the Foxes. Foxes, by the way, on the power play. A second penalty was called away on Rutgers. So the Foxes on the power play, the first of the night. Let's see, that's Batalisi in the circle. Off to Cabela, shot. That's broke up in front, and it will be cleared by the Rutgers Ice Knights. Now, this is a great opportunity for Marist to score. They're playing 4-on-3 hockey. They get a goal early, not only does their confidence get up, but they get the obvious lead in the game early on. Again, the Foxes on the power play, the late penalty was called. Altieri whistles a shot wide for the Foxes. Now Batalisi along the half board. Comes out in front, however, nobody there for the Foxes. It will go the length of the ice. That seems like I would take advantage of the little things. Take the advantage and make the most of it. Icing called here on the Foxes as Jordan Platt from his side of the red line dumped it in, and the Red Foxes can make the cardinal sin of icing on the power play. All the Rutgers Ice Knights are made it to that game again winless at 0-12-1. They have been losing their games by average of close to 6 goals. So they're not just losing, they're being killed. Well, the one thing that Rutgers has to look forward to is that they've beaten Marist before. Foxes win the face-off. They have a minute to go on their man advantage. Across the blue line onside. Off to Juglianetti at the point. Carries that shot. Sent wide by Manzik. Foxes try to keep the box set up here. Manzik, near point. In the slot, Juglianetti shot right into the breadbasket of Varga. He does not allow a rebound and plays south with 47 seconds left on the Foxes power play. Marist is taking advantage of what they have. They're in the zone. They're just not being able to convert for a goal, Scott. And you know that's important, especially with the 4-3 advantage the way the team's been playing. Face off, one there by the Ice Knights. However, Pumo digs it out. Pumo to the point. Now that is Don Federico. Federico sends it wide. Puck hits out in front. Controlled by Goldman, and he clears it off the board. Marist has some fresh legs in there. Hopefully they can make something with the last 28 seconds left on the power play. Federico heading down to Juglianetti. Juglianetti into the circle. Stop. Off to Fumo. Fumo. Take a shot. Save. Rebound. Block. Save by Barca. That was a beauty, Scott. Yes. Yep, there you go. Go ahead. Look at the chemistry early on. They're trying. Once again, Marist not able to convert. 15 seconds left in the power play. Still plenty of time in any sport, but let's see what they can do. They got some more fresh legs out there. Hopefully they're able to convert. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Foxes. We are playing 4-on-3 hockey. Again, the Foxes with the man advantage. Scott Montesano with you, joined by Paul Deese. The third member of our crew is Jen Pasquale. Happy to be along with us as we make a little bit of history. Foxes can't keep it in as David Chamberlain saw that puck was just trickle past his set. Almost took the referee out there. Now we're back to full strength hockey. Fox keep it in. Shot by Gonzalez. Save. Rebound. Deflected wide. Puck goes into the corner. Ice Knights having trouble getting it out. That was good heads up play there to be able to try to deflect it back into the goal, Scott. Ice Knights will carry out Galindo. Trying to find Williams, but Williams could not get his stick on the puck. Jerry Gonzalez back to get it for the Foxes. Pass a little bit too long. There for his teammate, Justin Patrizzini. Rutgers bringing out the next line, hoping that they can start something for them. David Chamberlain gains the red line, pitch works it back deep into the Rutgers territory. Marist playing very aggressive early on, chasing for the puck. Puck is played back to center right. Andrew Wade back to get it for the Foxes. Wade did not see much time in his first 2 seasons with the Red Foxes, but has seen a lot so far this year. Kevin Alcieri, the St. Michael's transport, sends it in to the zone as the Foxes try to set up a forecheck. Chris Murray, turning pass the ball onto the stick of Varga, and then Varga flops on top of it like a beached whale, stopping play with 15:22 to go in the first period. A small crowd hit at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center. He missed it 50 times. He almost committed a big sin there by knocking the puck into the ice, into the net. Puck goes behind the net. Foxes have control of Pangolin. A little check, but lost control of the rubber biscuit. And here come the Ice Knights. That's Williams. Near side, into the Foxes zone. Short angle shot, stopped by Allison. And he'll cover it up to stop play with 15:04 to go in the period. 2 shots apiece so far. And both teams have been very aggressive so far, early coming out, something that Marist has been lacking. Hopefully that brings their confidence up. Like I said, a goal early will really set things straight for them. Last weekend, the Red Foxes lost 5-3 to Westfield and 4-1 to Wolverine Albany. Off the draw, shot from the point. Shot by Hamilton. Now into the corner. Craig Manzik. Manzik tries to get out off the board. Tipped ahead out. Fury. Make that Jordan Plant. Sends it to center ice. Well, rough play going on down on the ice, Scott. Foxes have been known for a little physical play. Hasn't been as physical this year as they have in previous seasons. Foxes will carry it out here. Long out in the pass by Plant. Plant is around the defender, but he lost control of the puck. Now along the half board, Federico, who had 2 goals as a freshman, lost the puck, and here comes the Ice Knights. Brett Erzwick will send it in, taken there by Federico. And before that, you see the very aggressive play of Jordan Plant, staying with the puck, never keeping his eyes off or his focus. Pumo, centering pass, shot, goes wide. Juglianetti did not get a lot of wood on that one. And here he was a little off balance, just a little bit, and sent it wide right. Now tucked in by Satellite. Satellite shot, save, squared out, tucked in by Satellite. Skates around behind the net, roughed up into the board. Tried to give it a little short pass there, but got blocked by Rutgers. And we have a player down for Rutgers behind the play, right next to their goal. And he's writhing in pain. That is Matt Galindo, who's down. The piece was right on his shoulder. You hate to see that. It's a very rough physical game. We have cost us 13-42 for an injury. Again, no score in this contest. 13-42 after the first, as Paul said. The first Red Foxes hockey team on since 1999. Bob Simmons, the Red Foxes head coach, said earlier tonight, what took you guys so long? Tonight, it's Friday night. People have a social life. Oh, we're excited to be here. This is my first game on MCCDM, my first hockey game. So this is interesting, to say the least. Now, this is a non-league contest, but it's still a big game for the Foxes. They have winless in their last 8, lost 6 straight. Their last win was October the 12th, when they won in the final minute in Ryder. A very exciting game, but since then, hasn't been that good. And both teams have a view to look at this. Marist looks at it as a must-win to get themselves back on track, and Rutgers is saying, hey, we beat these guys before, why can't we do it again this season? Draw will come to the top of the ice night circle. It's won by Rutgers. As now both teams have won 2 face-offs this evening. Into the corner, Scott Parker plays it to the blue line, Sadalisi. Backhand to keeper, Guillemette, shot, deflect wide as Kushner tried to use his chest to redirect it. Very smart, almost deflected into the net. Kushner behind the net. That puck really bouncing tonight. Sadalisi keeps it in at the blue line. His shot broken out before it hits on the goal. Now Fumo. He can't center the puck. He almost snuck it through Rutgers' legs there. Again, the 60-degree temperatures as they really play havoc with that puck. That puck really bouncing around. Sadalisi from the blue line. His shot redirects just wide. It may have gotten a piece of the near side post. Watch the blue line. Tapped it again by Sadalisi. Down deep, Kushner tips it over to Guillemette. Guillemette develops. Guillemette can't control it. Now Kushner trying to center pass, broken up. Rosella does a great job of keeping it in. That is playing very rough tonight, very aggressive. Give him a face. Yeah, whistle blows here, and I believe we have a call coming up. And if it is, it's going to come up on the Foxes, or it may just be a player in the crease, and I think that's the case. In collegiate hockey, you cannot skate through the crease when you're on the attack, and that's what the Red Foxes did there. Little mistakes early on. Hopefully it doesn't harm them too much. Puck back out at center ice. Chris Wally takes the draw, loses himself, and here's on the ice nut. Along the boards, Tom Dean. Now Levinson in the corner. He can't control it. Goes behind the net. Levinson again. Centering pass. Stays. Rebounds. Takes into the slot. Dean from the top of the point. Can't send it through. And the Foxes flare it back to center ice. So far this game's been a seesaw, Scott. Both teams spent some time in the zone, but not able to convert it. Red Foxes had a lot of time in the attacking zone. Really haven't put shots on goal, though. Jeff Wally onside. Trying to find someone to center to. He gets taken down, though. And we'll have a call coming up against Rutgers. After the play, a couple of sticks get raised there, but nothing will happen. And really, Paul, you can see Rutgers really coming out a little feisty early on. The Foxes are not the physical team that people from the last 2 years may remember them. Foxes a little bit more passive. We're going to see a little in-your-face action by both teams. This time, Marist is the ones walking away. We're used to seeing Marist put a little shove back. Tom Dean will go to the box for 2 minutes, and the Foxes will get their second power play of the night. They are 0 for 1 thus far. Marist seems to be able to handle the power play pretty well. They spent a lot of time in the attacking zone. Face off, controlled by the Foxes. Federico along the half court. At the blue line, gets a flat shot, saved by Barca. And he does a nice job of redirecting it into the corner. Federico again, third pass, shot, save, rebound, shot, scores! Jordan playing on the rebound, and the Foxes take a 1-0 lead. The sophomore sensation, Jordan Plant, firing up Marist once again. He's their lead scorer. He scores a goal with 1 minute 36 seconds left in the period, and this is what Marist needs to get off on the right foot. They needed this confidence booster. The team's happy, the fans are happy. Hopefully they're on the right track. Jordan Plant, his team leading 7th goal of the season on the power play. And the Foxes take a 1-0 lead. Well, Paul, that's exactly what the Red Foxes needed. They needed to get on the scoreboard early. Put Rutgers back against the wall. That's the best thing to do, especially a team that's this week. Red Foxes 1-2-0 when scoring the first goal of the season. And they nearly added another goal. They almost had another one. Ice Knights the other way. That's Lothar Birkenfeld. Shot from center ice, gloved down by Alden. And he'll hold on. Nice catch by him, too. We're always looking for an extra center fielder on our softball team. And I think Matt Alden may be free during the spring. 11-10 left in the first period. NCTV's coverage of Marist Hockey just feels funny just to say that. I'd like to also welcome all of our internet listeners tonight on the Marist Hockey Network, part of a special simulcast. Foxes have control. Tanguay. He's onside. Tanguay. Puts up. Just tripped up there. Nice defensive job done by Dean. Puck kicks free on the Ice Knights. Bergenfeld. Long pass ahead. Puts it off. Petrozzi takes a check from Goldman. Don Durando picks up the rubber biscuit. Durando flies a stuttering pass. That's broken up. Petrozzi. Behind the net. Chamberlain reads his direction. Lane, point, shot, never got through. Tanguay sends it behind the net. The Red Fox is showing the aggressiveness that they showed early on in the season. They just run the TV cameras more often. They need to keep this aggressiveness up. They have a 1-0 lead. We had a bit of a tie-up behind the play. I believe that was, that was Ross Goldman for Rutgers and Justin Petrozzi for the Foxes. And we'll have split incidental minors here. And we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for a couple of minutes. Well, Rutgers is playing a little more physical and aggressive. They have to. The back against the wall, they're not a scoring threat. So they need to do what their defense needs to do whatever they can to make sure they get the puck on the other side of the attacking zone. And again, Rutgers, they're not 0-12-1 for no reason. The Rutgers Ice Knights, let's see here, they've been outscored 99-22 this season. Well, with Jordan Plant's goal, make that 100-22 this season. And yeah, we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for a couple of minutes. That puck is extra bouncing tonight, isn't it, Jeff? Whenever it gets a little warm out, you're going to have that puck bouncing a lot. Like the baseballs in Colorado. That's actually true. Good point there. Thank you. Face off, won by Rutgers. Behind the net, carrying it for the Ice Knights. That was Gorman. Lost his goal. Now that is Brenner. Brenner crossed it up to his shot stopped by Varga, and that is cleared by the Ice Knights. Very good work by the goalie there, with a bunch of traffic in his face. He's still able to save the puck. Federico almost had himself a fifth goal, but couldn't capitalize. Kushner now gains the blue line. His shot, glove save by Varga, and he'll hold on. We might have two center fielders on our team. Fox is out shooting Rutgers 7-4 in the early going tonight. You take a look there at the referees. They are Hudson Valley officials. You'll notice there are two guys wearing the yellow stripes tonight. There are two referees, one linesman. That's the way it works out in college hockey. Face-off won by Rutgers and cleared. This will be an icing now on the Ice Knights. You may have noticed that Lou Guglielmetti was not ready for the face-off there. That's a new NCAA rule this year. And again, even though we're playing club hockey, they do go by the NCAA rules. You only have 7 seconds for a face-off. And if you're not ready, tough luck. These rule changes, sometimes it takes players a while to get adjusted. They're so accustomed to doing different things that they've done in the previous season. The face-off controlled by the Foxes. Kushner in the corner being tied up by Ball. And Kushner can see the battle, little tie-up going on. Guglielmetti gets control, takes a shot from Gorman, but gets it back. Guglielmetti, who just a couple weeks ago had a broken eye socket. Puck comes free now. Well, County called on the Foxes. Brett Bolam falls down at the blue line. And the Foxes will be down a man for a couple of minutes. A lot of switching and switching going on in the ice. Play goes down, and that's the call for the penalty. Will Fatalisi will go off 2 minutes. And really, he did get his stick up high there, but give Bolam some credit as he sold that penalty excellently. I think he let out a little shriek, too, as he went down. Again, that really was worth the penalty, but again, it was Bolam some extra points for the acting job that he did. So the Foxes down a man for the first time tonight. We should investigate. Is there a a film major or a theater major. Speaking of that, my usual partner, John Galot, not with me tonight. He's in Pippin. Pippin, for heaven's sake. Pippin will be performed next week at Marist College. We recommend you all check it out along with Marist College basketball. Big weekend on the Marist College campus. Foxes a short-handed opportunity. Federico from the blue line. Stop by Varga, and he redirects it wide. Marist tires his goalie out quick. Think that's something they want to do. 1:30 left on the power play for the Ice Knights. Here they come. Leverson, their only real goal scorer, into the circle. Wrist shot, safe. Puck bounces into the air. Into the slot. Batted around. Ball gets control. Allison screens for a minute. He's into the corner. Just trying to set things up here on the power play. Boom, side of the net. Now behind the net, wrap around. Almost deflect off of the skate of Plangway. But the Foxes get lucky there. Puck at the blue line. They can't get it out. Boom, shot from the circle. Outside Allison. Now Rutgers playing really aggressive hockey. They're able to get in the attack zone with the advantage. Only 52 seconds left before the power play, those guys. Whistle blows there with 52 seconds left on the power play, as you said, and we're going to have another call on the Foxes. This time it'll be tripping on Dan Federico. So Federico goes off 2 minutes, and the Ice Knights will get a 2-man advantage for 52 seconds. Oh, Federico getting a little overzealous, sticking his stick out. Foxes with a 1-0 lead. Chance for the Ice Knights here. Face off, won by Rutgers. Gorman at the blue line. Wait with it a little bit. All Marist has to do is just stay defensive. Don't worry about getting down to the other side. Into the slot, shot set is high. Leverson again. Along the board. Shot, stopped by Allison. Rebound. He covers it up. And Allison showing you why he is such a good goalie. The senior, fast goalies, they will stop and block. Early in the season, he was splitting high with Brian Barnes, but since really the second week of the season, it's been all Matt Allison. They're going with the experience. Brian Barnes, though, is a capable backup. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't see action in the next couple of weeks. Face off, won by Rutgers. Gorman. Shot taken from the circle by Coleman. We got another whistle. And I believe we had another Ice Knight in the crease. And that's, I believe, that's true. So, for the time being, to get out of the tag zone. No, we're going to have another call on the Foxes and Rutgers. Okay, we'll have coincidental roughing minors on Andrew Wayne of the Foxes and a Birkenfeld of Rutgers. So, it's still going to be a 2-man advantage for Rutgers. That crowd seemingly seems to be filling in here as the mid-Hudson Civic Center. That's a good sight to see. Started up the season good, Scott. Foxes had 418 fans for their opening night. Since then, crowds have been dwindling to around 200. Face off, won by Rutgers again. Their wing is drawn. In the slot, shot, scores. Rutgers taking advantage of the man advantage there on the power play. And once again, now we're back to 1-1 where Marist has got their back against the wall, have to play more aggressive, more physical, and not make these mistakes to get themselves in the power play situation. Ross Coleman was left all alone in the daisies and blasted past the stick side of Matt Allison. Now we're tied at 1. What makes it even worse is that the goal comes while the first penalty had not expired for the Foxes. So Marist is still down a man for another minute and 21 seconds. 5-on-4 play. Face off here, won again by the Ice Knights. So you can tell they're getting a little bit of confidence. Remember, their only win last season in what they're calling their worst season in school history, which is 75 years, was against the Red Foxes. That's a little embarrassing. For Marist, yes, definitely is. And that's what's motivating Marist right now. At least it should be motivating Marist. They have, if they're down, they're out. But they're not out. They have to take a chance to turn that season around, both in ranking change and revenge. Talking to this team before the game, they were very excited. Very loose and very excited. But right now, we're tied at 1. Again, though, the Red Foxes struggled early against SUNY Albany about a month ago and then blew them out 8-2. Puck cleared by the Foxes. 58 seconds left on the power play for Rutgers. So the only thing that counts, Scott, is the score at the end of the third period. Love those cliches, Paul. Love the cliches. Thank you. Full of a lot of them, aren't you, tonight? I hope so. Gorman, end-man pass, Leverson across the blue line, into the circle, lost control, out Terry, can't play it out for the Foxes. 35 seconds left in the power play. Dancing up the goal line, Leverson, his shot saved, rebound, pull home, on the Foxes down 2-1. Marist got caught there sleeping. Out to make the save, but it was deflected back in, and now suddenly, Marist is down 2-1, and that's not something you want this early. But then again, there's plenty of time. I'm not sure who pulled that in on the rebound. We'll check it out with the Scarlet of the Red Foxes between periods. All I know is that Rutgers has 2 power play goals and has taken a 2-1 lead. Well, not only does it pump up Rutgers, it's going to fire up Marist to play better. Way back on, the Foxes now trying to tie the team up, but Rutgers brings it right back in. Strike 0. In the corner, now skate behind the net. Tom Dean. Back into the corner. Puck comes out in front, but Scarlet has it. Long pass to Chamber. Chamber on a one-on-one. Can he get past his man? No, he can't. Nice defensive job by Dean. Now Chamber, stirring pass. Pastor Dean had his stick out. So far, Rutgers is not playing like the old 12-1 record they possess. Durando's shot was going to go wide, but the Broncos lost it down. 5:55 left in the first. Marist down 2-1. Scott, are you a little surprised to see Rutgers come out and play this strong early on? Well, what hurt the Foxes is penalties. That's really what hurts the Red Foxes. You can't afford to have penalties. Penalties will always get you. Face off, won again by the Rutgers Ice Knights. Seems to be a little monotonous here. Foxes keep it in though. Behind the net, tie up. David Chamberlain. Into the corner. That is out of the middle. Back to Chamberlain. Chamberlain. Waits with it. Waits. Tries to look at stirring pass. It's broken up. Now he goes behind the net. Really working on Goldman. Now Gorman comes in and tries to help out. Still has a stirring pass. Intercepted and cleared back to center. He missed that centering pass. He moved away. Race for the puck, goes into the Foxes zone. Getting down there is Nika for Rutgers. Not Lucy, here's a Nika. Now to the blue line, Chris Wally. Good one. Good one. I know it was. Took a while. Look away the action. Back behind the Rutgers net, I should say. Goldman. Back to center ice, taken by Jeff Walling. Jeff Walling dumps it back in. Quickly plays back out, but Jeff Walling gets control. He lost the rubber biscuit. And it's cleared back by the ice net. Would it be safe to say the puck is extra slippery tonight? When I first went on the ice and I tried to skate when I was 4 years old, I said the ice is extra slippery, so I never tried skating again. That must have been a funny sight to see. Ice Knights with a 2-on-1. Williams, all alone, backhand shot scores, and the Foxes down 3-1. As the Rutgers crowd shows their approval for their team, Marist just letting it slip away here in the first period. That is Brian Williams, and for Brian Williams, that is goal number 4 on the season for him. And the Foxes now down by the count of 3-1. Williams is able to outskate and sneak past the Marist defense, and when it was all alone, it was too late as Allison just watched it go by. And for Red Foxes fans, they're going, here we go again. Bucko's back behind the ice makes net. The Red Foxes had plenty of pressure, but they have not had a lot of shots on goal. That's a big difference. And I think that's something that Bob Smith is going to have to talk about between periods. Speaking of that, 10 past 12, we'll be interviewing a member of the Red Foxes team at the end of the first period. That will be exciting stuff. Puck back at center ice, chopped down by Plant, who has the Foxes goal. It's the best thing right now to get Plant back on the ice. He's their catalyst. Murray comes to deep. Out period. Got deep to the puck, but the Fox keep it in. Murray. Off the Plant. There we go. The center up left. Sends it in front, broken up. Campbell gets it back. His shot goes high. Fox have to put shots on goal. Marcus is not one goal that strong in goal. He's giving up fat rebounds. Like most goaltenders at this level of hockey. And they'll score on the rebound. Oh, he held that for a little longer than I thought. And the swap kicks ahead, back to center ice. 3:30 left in the period. Here comes Plant. Long throw, whistles wide. Marcus hardly moved for it, and the puck just missed. Oh, that's a great play of Jordan Plant. Now getting off the ice as they're making a change. David Chamberlain goes back and gets the vulcanized rubber for the Foxes. How many of those do you have, Scott? I got a lot of them. Coming up ice for the Foxes, that's Durando. Durando off the floor. It goes into the corner. David Chamberlain shot to the screen. That redirects wide. That almost stuck in there. Develop from the half board. Off the end board. That's Zini. Chamberlain. Trying to get traffic in front here. Cross-side pass. Develop. broken up by the sliding cork of Gordon. Rutgers so far is leaving everything out there on the ice, and Kyle Marist could come after it. I hate to say it, but I really think the only game on their schedule they struggled to the win was Marist, and that's a little embarrassing. Again, they are 0-12-1. Now, we have a call coming up on the box here. That is a horrendous call, to be honest with you. It looks incidental. Look at an incidental shot. Scott Parker with a flat-out dive really around the Marist blue line, and the Hudson Valley officials going for it. So it looks like Rutgers must have a couple of action credits today before the game. David Chamberlain really with a good defensive play there. Scott Parker left off his skate, and the Foxes got him, man, for 2 minutes. But no matter what, you can't count out the great play by Rutgers so far. Really, the Hudson Valley officials have been surprised to be doing a good job this year after a horrendous job last year, but tonight, what is it, the TV cameras? Puck is cleared to land to the ice by the Foxes. For some reason, the Rutgers goaltender thought it was icing. Then Marist down a man for another minute and 40 seconds. Oh, Marist got to put some fight into it, keep the puck on the other side. Killing off time here. Back to center ice. Googly Knight. Just skating around with it. If Rutgers isn't going to put pressure on you, just kill time. Puck is cleared already. Fumo. Centering pass over the stick of Googly Knight. They are a small team, Marist Red Foxes. They definitely are. This is a team that really is a lot of sophomores. They've learned a lot in their last year. A minute left on the power play for Rutgers. Back to center ice. Intercepted and cleared again by the good guys in white. Again, remember to stick around between periods. Jen Baxwell with an interview. Not quite sure who she's going to pick yet, but she'll pick somebody good. And coming up on a minute left in the period, Kushner dumps the team for the Foxes again. Excellent job on the penalty kill by Marist here. Once again, the Rutgers play going down, trying to draw a penalty. Birkenstock, right in front of the TV screen. Comes in, off of Livingston. Livingston shot from the point. That's stopped. Goes behind the net. 50 seconds left in the period. 25 left on the power play for Rutgers. They lead 3-1. Let me tell you something, Marist has to really rely heavily on their defense and their goaltending. They opened the season averaging 6 goals per game through 4 games. Their most was 3 goals against Westfield, and that was the most since October 12th versus Rider, where they scored 4 times. 5 seconds left in the power play for Rutgers. On her front shot, never got through on Allison. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. 20 seconds left in the period. Into the corner, Fox is trying to get the face-off here. Down to 15, 14, 13. Referee blaming play on here. Down to 10 seconds left in the period. And finally, have a whistle. 5 seconds left in the period. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the Foxes zone. And not a period the Foxes are going to be too pleased with it. You can see Bob Simmons all the way on the right there of your coaches. You probably have a lot to say to these groups. Fire them up, hopefully. Simmons, by the way, is one of the best peers in the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Off the draw for statistical purposes, it's cleared by Marist, and there's the horns, ending the first period of play. At the end of one period, the Red Foxes find themselves down by a score of 3-1. And Paul really, it started off good for the Foxes, but a span there of about 5 minutes really hurt Marist. Marist played aggressive throughout the whole thing. I guess you could say they tired out. They were playing very physical, very aggressive. Quick look at the stats there before we get Jen Baxwell set up with our intermission interview. The Rutgers Ice Knights with 10 shots on goal. The Red Foxes with 9 shots on goal in the first period. The problem really for Marist was the fact that they had kept the puck in the Rutgers zone for most of the period, but did not put shots on goal. Hopefully they'll come out second period and make most of their opportunities. Again, this is the first time since 1999 that Marist College Hockey has been on MCTV. A special night for us. We're also simulcasting this on the internet. Really, a good time being had by all on the bank of the Hudson River. And also, we're hoping that the Red Foxes could snap out of an 8-game winless streak here tonight. The last time they won, October the 12th, when they traveled to Trenton, New Jersey, and defeated the Rider Bronx. All right, what we're doing now is we'll take a break. When we return, we'll have more from our intermission report. You're watching Marist College Hockey on MCTV. Welcome back to the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in downtown Poughkeepsie, New York. We have between periods 1 and 2 here as the Red Foxes trail the Rutgers last night by a score of 3-1. For our intermission test, let's send things down to Rick Level and to Jen Pasquale. Jen?
I'm Jennifer Pasquale ringside. After the first period, Marist is down 3-1 to Rutgers. During this time, they had even on shots, 13-13 apiece. Marist was 1 for 2 on power play with a goal by Jordan Platt. Rutgers was 2 for 4 on the power play, and Marist and Rutgers are almost even on faceoffs. Rutgers has 12, Marist 11. Back to you, Scott and Paul.
Thanks, Jen. Once again, Jen Pasquale with our intermission test. We'll take another break. When we return, we'll have the start of the second period. This is Marist College Hockey on NCTV Sports. New season, new attitude. Red Foxes down again at the end of 1-3. How did the Foxes do when trailing after 1? Well, trailing after 1, their record is 1-4-0 this season, Scott. But on the bright side, when they score the first goal, they're 1-2. At least they were able to get a win out of it. On the season, they're 3-8-1. This is again an important game because not only does it help them in the standing, their ranking, and revenge against Rutgers with the season last season. Rutgers coming out and they're looking confident. They have everything to be confident about. They're playing a team that's kind of lost right now. They can't show one with confidence and morale. But Boston is a good coach. He's a businessman-like man. And if anybody's able to fire the team up, it should be him. As he's court ice right now, and his coaches are cheering on his team, and they get around in the huddle. They will be set to start the second period. Goal scorers in the first period for the Red Foxes. Jordan Platt with the goal. Brian Williams with 2 goals for Rutgers, and the other goal for the Ice Knights. Kelly, think that the 2 goals were scored by Ross Goldman, and the other goal scored by Brian Williams. They're also 2-4 on Friday night. So that's how we bring some luck. And another thing, this is a Division I team, am I correct? This is the first Division I team I think that they're playing this season. On my stats, they have 0-0 and 0. Dobson again, what a great looking beard that is. Let us take it past the beard. But again, hoping to lead this Red Foxes team back to the dominance that they were having back in the mid-90s. They've been struggling over the last few years, and this team has some promise in the years to come. We're set for the face-off to open up the second period. The face-off is won by Rutgers. Rutgers will be skating from left to right across your television screen wearing the red jersey. Foxes wearing the home white, skating from right to left. That's clear, giving himself a little time to get down. We are starting off this period with nobody in the penalty box. That's a good thing. So we're starting off 5-on-5 hockey. Can they start with somebody in the penalty box? Is that possible in hockey? Oh, yeah. When a penalty over, when a penalty is over. Right. Puck is cleared by Rutgers, the lane to the ice. Icing waves off. As Faralisi goes back and gets the puck. I've been told not to call a rubber biscuit or vulcanized rubber, so we'll see how long that lasts. Oh, no. Brian Williams in the corner. Levinson in the circle. Rosman centering pass. Pops over a stick of Craig Shiro. Fox can ill afford to fall behind by another goal. They're down 3-1, and this is a team with no confidence. Rutgers starting down in the Marist attack zone, just like in the first period. David Chamberlain in his own zone. Long pass, picked off at center ice, and pitched forward right back into the zone by Gorman. Allison leaves it behind his net. Off the glass. He almost puts the referee with him. Now Murray can't quite control that pass. He's along the goal line. Centering pass out here. He lost the puck. What's the stick too? Behind the net. Dean. A rough play now for Rutgers. Murray trying to dig it out. Alfieri goes in there. Murray again in the corner. Takes a check from Dean. To the point. Manzik. Federico. Shot saved by Varga. Out of foot. Shot saved. Alfieri tries to poke it in. The puck kicks free. Well, the penalty coming up. It will be, I believe, on Rutgers. And the Foxes will go on the power play. And this is important for them. They need to get an advantage early. They get 1 goal and they're back in it. I mean, there's still plenty of time left, but 1 goal is 1 goal, and it does draw them closer. The call will go against, I believe that's Pat Nitka. No, not Nitka. He stays past the box. Who is that? Tom Dean. Tom Dean will go off 2 minutes for a penalty. And the Foxes will are 1 for 2 on the man advantage. We'll get their their third power play of the night. They're off the draw. Rutgers clears it. Their sophomore from station, Jordan Flynn. He's got it on the ice right now. And that's their typical ball sophomore. Just scored 35 points, 36. That was his goal tonight on the season. And that leads by Old Classy. Savella, Altieri, shot. Stay with on shot. Goal! Chris Murray! And the Foxes down by 1. The crowd supporting their team and our team. And that's going to help their confidence as well. We do have a good showing tonight here on the McCann Ice Arena. As Marist gets up in front and scores on the power play. We were just talking about how important that is. They need to score. They need to get back in and raise the confidence. Chris Murray is one of only 3 seniors on this team that was on the last team back in 1999 that was on television. So look at that. Fancy that. Chris Murray with the goal for the Foxes. And for Chris Murray, that is goal number 4 on the season. We're now at full strength. Playing at full strength. Then that was a power goal. We have a penalty coming up. And it was pretty busy against Rutgers. Yeah, the penalty box broke for the Ice Knights is open and skating off with a sheepish look on his face is Jim Peruso. Oh, what look? A sheepish look. A sheepish, huh? Yeah, very colorful. I know. Thank you. I'm on television. I gotta be a little more creative with the words. Not only do you get to watch a hockey game, you get to prove the SAT score all at the same time. Again, the Foxes on the power play. They are 2 for 3 tonight. Once again, another golden opportunity for Marist because it looks Rutgers looks lost when they're down. The Foxes down 3-2. Duranda, cross-ice pass. Kept in by Federico. On his front, pitch force out by Gorman. That was a lot of pitch force going on tonight. Oh, boy. That physical team is going to be a lot going on. If that makes sense. A minute 30 left on the power play for the Foxes. They're down 3-2. Already with 2 power play goals tonight. Chamberlain, who dislocated his knee a couple weeks ago, takes it behind the net. Into the corner. At least he's able to skate freely. Usually something happens to the knee, it makes it tough for everything. Walking, running, skating. All the way back down to the other end. Federico. Back to retreat and reload. Durando. Pass skips over the stick of Petrosini and an icing on the Foxes. You can't ice when you're on the power play. You simply cannot do that. 16:39 left to go in the second period. And the Foxes down 3-2. Bob Simmons again. Get a shot at him. Getting a lot of face time done. As he stands behind the Red Foxes bench. Well, he's excited and the team's excited to be on MTV, so making the most of their time. Off the draw, the shot goes wide as Rutgers trying to get a shorthand opportunity. 55 seconds left on the Foxes power play as they gain control. Marist looking, skating down, looking to start setting up something. Dribbling and Matty behind the net for Marist as they try to set up the box. Trying to set things up here. That's Fatalisi. Good save. Take a shot. That trickles in. Nothing gets through. Fatalisi keeps it in a slot. Iron slot, that head shot. Stopped by Farga. And they're attacking the puck, Rutgers. They know they're down. They know Marist finishing up on them. The puck again cleared by Rutgers. 15 seconds left on the power play. Time for one more good rush by the Foxes. But Jeff Long having a tough time getting it out of his zone. Rutgers putting pressure. The inside, that's Chris Long. Yes, they are twins, Jeff and Chris. Jeff Long. Whether they all have the same numbers. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey as Rutgers has peeled off the penalty. Marist keeps it in. In a slot shot, save, rebound, clear to the slot, and he's got a right as him. Now Lane keeps it at the blue line as the goaltender has lost his blocker. He gets it back though, playing away from the half board. His shot doesn't go through, and Rutgers clears it back out. This will go the length of the ice. No icing on the play, but we will have a penalty on the Foxes. This will be interference call on Andrew Lane as he took down Nitka. They were both skating after the puck. A hard check by Lane, but yes, it was interference. It's kind of tough. Marist just scored a goal on a power play. They don't want to give Rutgers a chance to get an advantage and score another goal because then Marist back in the same situation they wanted to start to. The Rutgers Ice Knights 2 for 3 on the power play tonight. This will be their fourth opportunity. I tell you what, do you remember back in the days of the mid-1990s when Rutgers was part of the Super East Hockey League? Oh yeah, I remember those fondly. That is Division 1, they're moving on up. Yeah, these two teams were once founding members of the Super East Hockey League. Rutgers, though, went up to Division 1 a couple years ago. They struggled at Division 1, though, but when you're a school the size of Rutgers, really, you don't want to be playing Division 2 club hockey. Foxes have the puck in the attacking zone short-handed, but Rutgers will gain the control and knows how to ride it away. Very good heads-up play for a Plant. He just stuck his stick out there and it'll flex the puck back. 1:25 left on the power play for Rutgers, but the Foxes did a good job here. Plant lost control of the puck. It goes behind the net. Plant very aggressive, following the puck, not letting up. Foxes an aggressive forecheck on the penalty kill. I heard that one from up here. What a bone crunch too. Waverson gains the blue line, but he's offside. A couple of ice knives, I should say, a little bit ahead of the play. And with a minute 4 left on the power play for Rutgers, the face-off will come outside of the Foxes zone. Let me tell you something, Scott. I get amazed when I see people skate forwards, backwards, and sideways. I get on there, I fall right away. As soon as I touch the ice, I fall. It's amazing. I love this game. I don't know what to say. I just do not know what to say, you know? And speechless. We have two hockey commentators, neither one of us skates. What did I say? Oh, boy. I play street hockey, how about that? There's those garbage cans, goal. There goes all credibility. Well, the whistle called here was that, but the referee was one of the referees calling icing on that? The Fox is on, man, for another 58 seconds, and yes, one of the referees goofed up, and because of that, the face-off will come back to center ice. So that's ridiculous. And the crowd's letting them have it. There's a man screaming over there, telling the referee he's wrong in one so many ways. That really is ridiculous. Well, at least the center ice is not in that attacking zone. Now get the Fox win the draw, and they clear it back into the Rutgers territory. 48 seconds left on the penalty to Wayne. So far, Marist doing a good job of killing on the penalty. Brenner, back to the point. Shot to a screen, never got through. The bouncing puck goes along the half board. Birkenfeld keeps it in for Rutgers, but now Tavella plays it out to center ice. Very aggressive heads-up play by Marist. They will steal a puck there. 30 seconds on the power play for Rutgers, but the puck is in their own zone. Kevin Alcuri, who has a short-handed goal this season. Tavella side of that, the goaltender flops down, and the puck ends up underneath him. That will cause a stoppage and play and some extracurriculars. Now, scuffle going on. That's trying to show Rutgers that they're not going to push him around today. Yeah, Chris Murray there being pushed aside with Birkenfeld. And again, there's the Marist crowd. He'll into this. Well, Bruja. That's like a little physical action, especially on a Friday night. Of course, when people are watching this, it could be Saturday morning, Saturday night, or Sunday morning. But you got the athletes out there. Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's good to see a good number of people out here tonight. 17 seconds on the power play. Face off, one by the Foxes. Shot off the shoulders. Ooh! Just a flat off the side of the cage, and Barber shakes his head as he covers up the puck. That's the third time tonight that Rutgers was sleeping for a little bit there. Almost knocked it in again. Still 10 seconds left on the power play for Rutgers, but an excellent penalty kill by Marist. Face off, one by Rutgers. Nika carries it out of his zone, but Federico has it, clears it back in, and that will do it for the Rutgers power play as we return to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's some trivia for you, Scott. Do you know who the only tie came against the Ice Knights? Well, their only non-win? That was Marist last season. So let's go back this season. This season that was against a high school team in New Jersey. That's funny. A shot taken in on Alvin, he gloves it down, and a face-off coming up in the Marist zone. You're right, Paul. They're only winning against a junior B team in New Jersey, which is really just high school hockey. Junior B hockey in New Jersey is an oxymoron. So, really, they haven't beaten a collegiate hockey team so far this year. Face-off. They're up right now, so Kushner overskates the puck behind his own net. Williams has a goal for Rutgers. Back to the blue line. Shot goes through a screen, but Allison sees it and covers it up. It's like imagine that puck went right through his glove. See Matt Allison right there, his 8th consecutive start for the Foxes. A second-team All-American last year for the Red Foxes, despite the Red Foxes record. This period is a crucial period for Marist because during second period, they can outscore 18-10. So already they have one goal, so let's make that 18-11. Fox is here. Don Durando can't quite chase down the puck as he's being to it by Galindo. Here comes his teammate. Puck goes back to center ice. Lane off the boards. But intercepted by Galindo. Galindo putting the pressure on him. Each player touches the puck. Here comes Marist. Williamson in the corner. Third pass. Hits the side by Allison. That was beautiful. Shot from the point by Goldman. It's stopped by Allison. Behind the net, Williamson. Wrapper on attempt. 6 saves by Allison. And now Tenway gobbles the loose puck. Skates his line around the man. He's being hooked at the hook. Rutgers doesn't see it. Puck goes into the Rutgers zone. Taken there by a nice night off the glass high. Everybody's up there. Federico has the floor on there. He gains the red line and dumps it in. Puck wraps around the board. And Red Fox player goes down, no call. That's all I do a little play right here. Along the half board, Federico can't keep it in. That's a little slow, gets to the puck. Federico gains the blue line, dumps it in deep. Jordan Plant will chase from there. As along the far side away from the player, Red Fox player was hauled down. That was Federico. We'll get a call coming up against the Ice Knights. And then after the play, an Ice Knights player decided to take a dive. That was Scott Paulson who took a dive earlier tonight, and they better not get a red flag for that. This time, there's no contact. It was like he fell 10 seconds after anybody skated by. Now there's just a call on Ross Goldman, and the Foxes, who are 2 for 4 in the power play, get their 5th opportunity. Tonight, they are down 3-2, as you can tell there on the scoreboard. And by the way, we look at our brand new banner for Marist College television. We're going all out now. It's a few, Scott. I know. I'll take all the things. Puck is along the half court. Now comes out at the blue line, shot off a couple of shoulders, and it deflects into the corner. Murray, who had a goal tonight. Setting up from behind the net. Al's easy. Al's waits with it to the point, Federico. Back to Alcieri. Alcieri in front. Pops up in the air. Denied by the ice right. Puck is cleared back right in on Ellison. By Brett. Rutgers needs right now is just to play more defensive. They're up by 1. They don't want to get too aggressive and get caught down on the wrong end of the ice. Murray trying to set it up on the power play. 1:15 left to go on the men advantage. 10:30 left in the second period. Marist down by a goal. Murray behind that center pass. Great shot. Oh, saved by Barza. Oh, he got lucky there. He never saw it. Develop. Now far side shot. Saved by Barza. From the shot by Federico. And the puck is cleared back to center ice. 53 seconds left in the power play. Develop gains the red line. Dumps it in deep. Playing quickly many chase along with Alcieri. They tie up in the corner. Alcieri trying to dig it free. Cavella at the blue line has a puck roll over his stick and back to center ice. Not something you expect from the junior captain for the Red Foxes. And now the goaltender Barza will freeze the puck. And there's scuffles. That little fight going on. Let's see who that is. That's Ben Brenner for Rutgers tying up with. It might be Guglielmetti, and I think it is Guglielmetti for the Foxes. Mentioned a second ago, Jerry Cazella. Jerry Cazella listed as his most memorable hockey moment the time he scored an overtime game winner against Rutgers. We're going to have a call coming up here against Rutgers. And Scott, you just took away my little tidbit. That's okay. I'll add something to it. And that was during his freshman season in 2000-2001. Yes, here's just a call going up against Rutgers, I think. And I believe so. If that's the case, it'll go against Jim Peruso. And the Foxes will go on their 6th power play tonight. And they'll actually have a 2-man advantage for 31 seconds. 5-on-3. You know that overtime win was their last overtime win? I do know that. Federico at the blue line. Along the blue, cut in nicely by Manzik. Manzik, a loose check, but now it's cleared out. By the captain for Rutgers, Ryan Hastings. Very good way to kill some time. They only got 30 seconds before they get another man. Actually, 12 seconds now. Jeff Wallen. Drop pass. Back to Jeff Wallen behind the net. Third pass. Hit by Federico. Send it back out. Manzik at the slot. Trying a cross-site pass. Kicked off and cleared. Now the Foxes man advantage down to 1. They have a minute 20 left on the power play. 5-on-4. Federico. Stays around Hastings. Now, when we connect, it goes back, at least in the spot, at least he shot the puck off of the stick of Galindo out of play, and the face-off will remain in the Rutgers zone.
8:59 left, and Marist is downtown by 1. 5:04 advantage for Marist.
Chris Murray for the Foxes, the only goal this period. Foxes gave up 3 unanswered goals in the first half to taking a 1-0 lead. Now they find themselves down by 1. Foxes control it. Federico at the blue line. Cazal, one-timer. Saved by Barca. Plant. Back to Federico. Guglielmetti in the circle. Guglielmetti.
Ball for the Clark Ice Pack.
Make that Altieri, I should say. Altieri, who has played varsity hockey. Side of the net. Chris Murray taking down the puck is cleared. 45 seconds left on the power play. Federico back to reload for the Foxes. And then pass. Put the head by Altieri to Plant. Plant almost gives it away, but keeps control. That's good handling. Goes around his man. Plant in the face-off circle. Shot goes wide. Federico along the half board. Here comes Plant again. Very aggressive. Behind the net. Plant. Now Altieri along the half board. Pass to Plant. Plant in the corner. Plant carry pass. Broken up. And it was cut in for a second by Plant. And then cleared by Rutgers.
You just gotta love the intensity of Jordan playing. Always going to the puck.
We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Rutgers kills it off. Now into the Foxes zone, controlled by Marist, Jordan Plant. Jordan Plant gives it up in front of his own net. Puck goes into the corner. Cazal can't get control. Taken by Spiro of Rutgers. They can take a deep breath after that. They almost got an easy goal. Now Plant gains control for the Foxes again. Plant heading down into Altieri, who lifts it to center up. Guglielmetti back to Plant. Guglielmetti takes the shot. He's got long out. And now Plant is hooked around the head. No call by the referee. Ref call asleep. I think that hit his head. Now Rutgers the other way here. This is behind the play now is we have another player. We have a player down for Rutgers. That's Ross Goldman.
I mean, Goldman was a pivotal part in Rutgers in the first year and a half.
Guglielmetti, and well, now we got something bit of a Tony book here. As Guglielmetti was chatting with the goaltender Barca, and then the Rutgers Ice players came in to defend. Brian Kushner now laying in a couple of jabs there with a Rutgers Ice Night player. That appears to be Craig Spiro. Meanwhile, Ross Goldman just got up for Rutgers, so he appears to be okay.
I think they just had a disagreement on which is the better pizza place in Poughkeepsie.
There's the fans. One right there yelling and pointing at the action on the ice. You can tell he's enjoying it. We don't think he's saying anything we can mention on the air.
Nonetheless, he's getting his message across, and that's what counts.
Now, if they call this play, both will get this time. That's my both get suspension. But we know that Chris Spiro will go off for Rutgers, and we'll see what the call on the Foxes is. There will be one. Todd Simmons takes through the scuffle. 7:01 left in the second period. The Foxes down 3-2. Yes, they are losing to Rutgers, a team that is 0-12-1 on the season. The San Francisco,
Really getting into it.
the San Francisco Kiwi Vocals dropped the Eagles. He's getting into his
Maybe you remember the guy last year. He had the shave head. He's a senior. He came to every hockey game and showed his love for the team. But he's playing on the other team that they were in for it.
You have the referees on the far side. Now we take a shot there. A couple of their fans, actually. A couple of parents, in fact. One of them, I believe, is the parent of Frank Fumo, the father of Frank Fumo. Well, he's got to support his son. The referees are going to continue to Poughkeepsie trying to straighten things out. Yeah, a good shot of them there. Terry Cazal for the Foxes, along with Adam Levinson of Cooler Heads are prevailing now. Right there, Steve Barker, who's been very important for Rutgers in the second period. The Foxes had a few golden opportunities in this period, but Barker with an excellent save for Rutgers.
Rutgers is hoping right now that as long as he can get hurt or at least tie down the little stuff, or anything, that's a benefit for Marist.
Brian Kushner's in the box for the Foxes. Clint Spiro in the box for Rutgers. Will they get 4 minutes each for double minors? Will they get 5-minute penalties? Will they get 2 minutes each for rough play?
They have 2 minutes up on the clock right now. So I guess we'll go with roughing as of now.
Again, the first time since 1999 that Marist College Hockey has been on NCTV. Get ready, next week you have Marist College men's basketball with the Poughkeepsie Marist Classic, and also all this week, watch myself along with Andrew Pearson, Travis Pelotowski, and Mike Banashek with the Marist basketball preview show. 2 hours of pure excitement. Break out your pillows. Actually, it's well done. It is well done. That's why we say it's boring, because it's actually well done, and it's not silly.
I would have a special one-time appearance of myself. And I'm so far thanking them, having a good time, watching how the crew does their job, and they're doing it so well.
Now, we appear to be straining out. They have 2 minutes extra on the board for Craig Spiro, and that could be a good call. He came in, he was the third guy into the fight. Now, usually that gives you a game misconduct, but referees may just be punishing him here with 2 minutes extra for roughing.
Well, if you're the third man to come into the fight, you're the most obvious, you're going to get caught, you're going to have to pay the price for a penalty. It happens like that in any sport.
Okay, the way here, the referee's making sure they have everything straightened out with the score table.
And they'll just put all the teams on the bench. 0-0.
Well, when the dust settles, the Foxes will have a 2-minute power play. They are 2 for 6. This is their 7th man advantage. They're down by 1. Can they get the equalizer?
Marist definitely needs to make the most of it.
Jordan Plant, as we get close up there, will take the draw for Marist. And he loses it. And the puck is cleared by Brunner. Back again for Marist is Manzik. Manzik skates around his net, changes his direction. Plant gets down the ice quick. Now Altieri. Altieri gains the blue line. Altieri in the corner. Skates behind the net. Altieri waits with it. Cross point, Federico. Federico slap shot. Oh, redirect. Manzik keeps it in. Altieri in the corner, being harassed by Galindo. Chris Murray lost control. Side of the net. Plant can't get his stick on it. And it's covered up by Varga.
And once again, Plant is there to make the play. He almost was able to knock it in, tip it in over Harlow's glove.
Got to respect it. Here's something from Kevin Altieri tonight, number 18. Altieri, again coming to the Foxes from St. Michael's College in Vermont, which is an NCAA varsity team at the Division III level. Face off, won by Marist. Federico.
Setting up again.
In a circle. Center his head. Nobody home. Puck is cleared. Back to the blue line and just out by the ice nut. Fantastic there by Federico as he wasn't looking. But Altieri keeps it in. Altieri in the face-off circle. His shot takes. Rebound shot covered up by Varga. Oh, Chris Murray.
Almost thought we had a goal there, Marist. Almost got excited. The fans kid.
Chris Murray was right on the doorstep in the crease, and he almost had his second goal of the evening, but an excellent stop there by Varga.
I would have to say, Scott, that Marist needs to relax and not rush their shot. They were setting up pretty good, but then it just seems like they felt desperate to score.
Altieri in the corner. 50 seconds left on the power play. Altieri, now Federico. Ball point down. Federico, now Cazella. Near point, Federico. Make that Cazella. His shot stopped by a sliding Tom Gorman. Very upright and good. Well, the face-off remaining in the zone. The Foxes not getting the puck down deep. So not get the puck down deep. Takes some point range shots on Barton and Oklahoma rebound. Foxes down 3-2 to Rutgers. Really, Rutgers does not score that many goals, and they lose by 6 goals per game. So this is a bit of a surprise. Face-off, won by Marist. Long shot, stopped by Varga, and then the puck goes out of play as it redirected off the stick, and that will bring the face-off code out. That'll bring the face-off to the far side face-off circle in the Rutgers zone. Foxes winning the face-off now, and that's very critical. 5:44 left in the second period.
I bet right now that this is sophomore Jeremy Cook's trying one. It's possible with that,
Looking not expected back until probably January. Jason Kelly also out of freshman. He should be back in December, but we're not too sure yet. Federico. Leaves it in. Federico fades. Puck stays along the blue line. And that's the shot done by Jeff Walling to keep it in. His brother Chris goes behind the net. Takes the left side to keep it in. Now puck is cleared out the lane of the ice. And I think a 10 seconds left on the power play. They were able to get the puck out of the zone. It's some time for the play from back. They're back to 5-on-5 hockey. There's now 2 for 7 on the power play. 9 minutes left in the second period. There's now 3-3. Rutgers going to set things up now. And it's out Theory. Plays the deep. However, Goldman for Rutgers. Right into the corner. Out Theory gets the goal. Out Theory around the right. He goes behind the net. He runs up in the board. He's got a call here. I'm not too sure. Where's the ball? This is directly right. They give him 2 points for the kid. I think we've got another call coming up on Rutgers, and the box will get yet another golden opportunity on the power play if. So, Scott, that was just obvious. They took him to the corner. You guys want him to the corner? Here's Maruso for holding 2 minutes. And Marist will go on the power play again. Their 8th opportunity. I believe they are 0 for their last 5. After starting off 2 for 4. See what they can do. It's a staying all game that it needs to capitalize. Hawkins with the face-off. Salisi. Now Cazella. Shot. Stop by the cheese off runner. Whenever Marist does the open opportunity shot, here comes the Rutgers players. Sliding right across the ice and into the deflection. 4:27 left to go in the second period. The Foxes down 3-2. This game takes a long time. I have 8:30 bucks for Lehigh tomorrow. God, the first one is the mighty banks of the Hudson River yet. We also get that in and everything. But I just didn't intervention. It is called the mighty bank. Puck is cleared by Rutgers off of the draw. Jerry Capella has it behind the net as director Pascal Goss tries to say something right in the 20. Why does he think he's funny? He's not funny. Puck goes behind the net. Puck goes to the far side corner. That is Kushner. Send it out right now. Send it back. Puck still tight in the corner. Puck kicks free. And Hastings carries it back to center ice. 1:18 left on the Foxes power play. Just kind of set things up here. Jerry Capella behind the net. Just slows things down a bit. And they'll push it up ice. Frank Zuma can't control the pass. Punches along the board, center ice. Julie Knight took it ahead, two goals, a swat, shot, rebound. By the net, Hook comes behind the cage, in the court, it's playing out by Hastings. All the Foxes were within inches, but just could not get their sticks on the Rutgers stick. That was practically in their hands, and they were just not able to get the extra help. Puck behind the net, they're going to call icing on this, and that's not a right call. The puck went through the crease, and they call icing on that. Well, this is the second time we want to do the icing, folks. Maybe you should put the helmet on. We'll learn how to skate. No, they really, the NCAA this year are keeping a rule where if the puck goes through the crease, it's icing. I don't know why that was called icing right there. You consider that a shot, though, can't you? 41 seconds left on the power play for the Foxes, and the puck goes right in on Ellison. After the draw, through these classes there, shown by the senior from East Camp in Connecticut. He took a deep breath after he found it was under his legs, and not over that line. He just shot through the referee for a second. Really, they've had some shaky calls tonight. Faced off, one by Marist. Jerry Capella. Not a play. They pass it behind play. You really don't expect that now in November. But Alfieri gets the call. Now Murray, back to Alfieri. 20 seconds on the power play. Alfieri's behind the net. Sends out his one. It's a flex to the blue line. Tucked in by Murray. Murray behind the net. 20. On the front, Alfieri shot. Saved by Varga. Varga went behind himself, and Alfieri raised his hands in the air, but Varga with the save. I think Varga played a little game with Marist there for a second. 2:47 left in the second period. It was turned out to be an exciting hockey game. See what happens when you bring the cameras? I was expecting a face-off here. Face off to the blocker side of the goaltender. Off the draw, Murray. Shot, save. Puck is in the slot. Tucked in there. Out of the pocket. Capella. Shot. Freezer up wide. Point. Back to Madison. Madison from the blue line. Shot, save. Point. Got it. Shot. They raise the save there by Varga. And he covers all the way. Kevin Alfieri taking to the ice. Now Chris Murray decides to defend his teammate. A cheap shot. Knocks him down. You see a reaction there from the fans, and the referee quick to break it up, and this game's in the tough business. They want to try to stop the fight and to get the game off. This might not be one of the largest drops we've had this season, around 250, but really still one of the loudest. I believe we're just going to have presidential roughly -2 deep, and we'll play 4-on-4 hockey. See the quick. Well, at least Marist is going out the loser. And that is the case. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey for a couple of minutes. Another stay with us between the second and third period. We'll give you the intermission and update. Jim Pasquale will get face time. Right next to Rutgers. Look at that shot right there from MCTV. We got Chris Murray in the body box and our beautiful banner right above him. Pretty advertising. God love it. Face off will be in the Rutgers zone. Again, 2 minutes on the board for each team. Foxes down 3-2 as you can tell they're on the scoreboard. Marist likes to be in the power play. Face off one by Marist. Better make that better. Rico. After the line, Magic shot right into the stomach of Rutgers. And he holds on. The Marist weapon is a strong shot. These shots to get reflected, some of them are just little chip shots that seem to be headed towards Garden. Garden not dropping up the rebounds like he did back in the first period. And it's just like a pitcher in baseball. You let him get away with bad breaks in the first period or first inning, they're going to get stronger as the game goes along. And Marist is a type of aggressive team now. We'll take advantage of those bad breaks. Puck goes into the Foxes zone. Then Alka comes out of his cage, wraps it around the board. Shot right there. David Chandler gets the goal. 2 minutes left in the period. With the only goal of this period, but they still trail by 1. Federico gains the red line. Federico dumps it in. Kind of dangles. Patrick B facing at the puck. Federico down P2. Federico has Patrick B has the puck go between his legs and allows Rutgers to pitch the forward to center ice. Gaining the red line from Marist is Hansen. Federico in the corner takes the check from Brenner. Behind the net, Marist trying to set things up. The biscuit comes over. It's going to the puck. Goal by Rutgers, and it'll be sent back to center ice. Williamson off the blue line, being worked on by Kumo. Kumo drags him off of the puck nicely there. Now Kumo takes it off the glass to center ice, but controlled by Gorman. Gorman has tipped off his stick of one of his teammates. It goes deep into the Marist zone. Nice check by Manzik as he gets the goal. At the center ice. Under a minute left to play in the second period. And they're up in the second period. Marist down by 1. At center ice, Rutgers has to bring it back into the Marist zone. Puck kicks free. And whistle blows, and we have a player down for Rutgers, and I think he may have a penalty on Marist, I'm not too sure. That was Scott Harper down for Rutgers for a second there, but he got up. Very physical game earlier. Marist starting to show that they are a tough team. No call on the play. The face-off will just come out to center. I think the puck might have been played by it with a Rutgers hand for a hand pass. Again, Scott Montesano with you, joined by Paul Seach. The third member of our broadcast team is Jen Pasquale. 42 seconds left in the second. The Foxes had a lot of pressure in this period. They just can't beat Varga more than 1. They're down 3-2 here. Again, notice that span of about 4 minutes in the first period is what is hurting the Foxes right now. Face off, 1 by Marist. And also the fact the Foxes are 2 for, I believe, 8 on the power play. Well, so one good thing, the big things that come out of this is that Marist scored the only goal in this period, and this is usually a troubled period for Marist. He outscored 18-11. 25 seconds left in the period. Puck behind him. Puck is behind the net. Outside trying to get the puck free. Take it all down. Nice check by Gorman. But Gorman lays the extra little check, no call. 10 seconds left. Scarlet for the blue line shot. Broken up in front. Rutgers trying to get one last shot here. Long pass ahead. Trying to take a one is Williams. Has the puck pulled tripped away by Allison. Down to 2 seconds left in the period. There's the whole ending. The second period of play. Woo, take a breath. And at the end of 2 periods of play, the Red Foxes trailed the Rutgers Ice Knights by a score 3-2. And Paul, the Red Foxes, get the only goal of the period. But again, it's not enough, and they'll go into the third, trailing by 1.
Luckily, they have the third period to score, get an opportunity to score, because the second period has been a tremendously awful period for Marist, like I said before, being up for 18-11. They played aggressive, and they were able to hold Rutgers to nothing.
See a shot there of the Rutgers Ice Knights skating off the ice. And by the way, in the background, you see a couple of the Marist Red Foxes spectrum as well. They come to all the Red Foxes games. So again, the Red Foxes trailing this contest by a score of 3-2. They'll try for the comeback in the third period. A good period of hockey for Marist in the second, and hopefully they can keep it going once we get to the third period. The Red Foxes last Friday against Westfield scored 3 goals, tied the game up 3-3 against Westfield in the second period, but did not keep it going in the third. I'm going to tell you right now that Steve Barker is not going to be able to continue to make the saves he's been making in this game.
Sooner or later, that defense is going to wear it down.
Again, the Foxes down by the count of 3-2. Jen Pasquale has a member of the Red Foxes down at rink level. And what we'll do right now, sending for Jen Pasquale. Jen?
Hi, I'm here joined by Chris Murray of the Marist Red Foxes, who scored his first goal of the season during the second period. Marist scored both goals on the second on the power play. Did you describe your goal a little bit?
I'll see it came down the left side and just put it a little bit wider than that, dropped right up front. I just did that for the rebound, banged it right in. Open up.
Despite being down 3-1, Marist came out strong. What was the team talking about in the locker room to keep them pumped for the second period?
Well, we know we're a better team than Rutgers, and pretty much we had a down half of the first period at the end, so we hope we can come out the third period and take it. So I'll see what happens.
You guys are down 3-2 right now. What are you looking to do in the third period to win and beat Rutgers?
Score goals.
Thank you very much, Andrew. All right, back up to you, Scott and Paul.
You gotta like the fact that Chris Murray was still wore his face mask during the interview.
He's built for that, man. This is the first time in 3 years that they're on MCTV.
So again, Chris Murray with the Red Foxes rolling goal at the second period. Well, we'll do it now. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll have the intermission stats at the start of the third period. The Red Foxes down 3-2. This is Marist College Hockey on MCTV. Welcome back to Marist College Hockey on MCTV. So Red Foxes trailing the Rutgers Ice Knights by a score of 3-2 as we have between the first and second period of the second and third period of play. Time out to take a look at the intermission report and our statistics. Again, the Foxes down by the score of 3-2. As you can see, the Zamboni driver there. Shots on goal, the Red Foxes with a commanding 24-16 advantage is that. Power play, Rutgers is 2 for 5 on the power play. I stood up on the statistics. They're just 2 for 5, not 3 for 5. I'm a little dyslexic tonight. And for Marist, they are 2 for 9. However, they are 0 for their last 5 on the managed end. And face-off, I mean, they're 19 and 18. And of course, face-off, very critical on the third period of play, which we are being set for here on MCTV. We'll take another break. Give me a chance to go to the bathroom. And when we return, we'll have the third period of play. Marist College Hockey, tonight on MCTV, MCTV Sports, new season, new attitude. A shot of downtown Poughkeepsie on this Friday night as the Red Foxes trail the Rutgers Ice Knights by a score of 3-2 as we get set for the start of the third period of play. We are coming to you tonight from the Big Hut Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York. We can't isolate the more precise review. 4-0-4 work at that time. The Red Foxes are trailing Rutgers by the score of 3-2. The Red Sox have trailed ball. They get struggled come the third period when they're trailing. Oh yeah, when they're trailing at the 2, they're 0-5-1 so far this season. So that's not an encouraging sign for a team that played so aggressive in the second period and was able to hold Rutgers and not allow them to score. A pretty good card in hand here tonight, and all of them being a nice look at our brand new Marist College television banner. I'm so proud of that banner. I hope you don't take it home with you at the end of the night. Who knows? I just went. Just waiting for both teams to come back out on the ice group. The Zamboni done making ice. Paul, we look back to the second period. The Red Fox only with that one goal scored by Chris Murray to cut the deficit to 1. However, really the Red Fox controlled that period. Well, one goal is better than no goals, obviously. Now they're down by 1. And they're going to come out knowing that they're able to hold Rutgers, able to keep them scoreless, and they know they have an opportunity to wear Varga out and score with 20 minutes left in the game. The Red Foxes had their chances in the second period. They went 0 for 5 over the last 15 minutes of the period. However, the Red Foxes again dominated play that they can keep the puck in the Rutgers zone. They'll be in good shape. Keep in mind, Rutgers is 0-12-1. They've not won, and when a team has not won, they'll come into the third period with the lead, playing not to lose. They may fall back into a defensive shell, and Paul, a defensive shell, never will. No, once players score down in the high game, and they don't feel rushed, they don't feel like they have to score. By the way, thank you. Heard me mention a couple times, FCTV Sports, new season, new action. That's exactly what it is. Brand new season. We have courtside reporters, ringside reporters, new graphics, new shots, brand new season with head man Scarlet and a brand new fresh crew of freshmen and eager sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Get ready for an exciting season here at MCTV Sports, and of course, Marist basketball next week with the Poughkeepsie Marist Classic. There's nothing better than collegiate sports on collegiate TV. Got some collegiate announcers and got some collegiate athletes. Nothing to go wrong. Nothing. I don't know about that. Something's going to go wrong, but who cares? Red Fox is down 3-2 and trying not to be the first touchdown for the Rutgers Ice Knights this year. Rutgers won just one game last year. That was the Marist. Rutgers tied just one game. That was the Marist. And they lost every other game. And, you know, I guess it's that crowd. You never pay the rest of these crowds. They got to see what cheering these people are. A group of about a half dozen people have made the trek up from New Jersey. You see the Rutgers Ice Knights tonight. You see the Foxes there in a huddle as we get set for the third period. And that's an all-important period. Foxes skating from left to right, wearing the home white. The big black M on the front with a cute little red fox holding its head over the top. The Rutgers Ice Knights moving from right to left, wearing the road red, trimmed in black. Thank you, Michael K. Nobody in the penalty box. Well, yeah, nobody in the penalty box is off the street. 5-on-5 hockey for both teams. That's center ice. Go by Perkins foul. We will backhand it into the Fox's zone. Develop back to get it for Marist. There's now Rutgers trying to set up a forecheck, something they did not do during the second period, something that their coaching staff probably reminded them to do this period. Develop carries it out for Marist. Off the board, a little bit too far for Chamberlain. Right now, Galindo skates behind his net. That allows the Foxes to forecheck. And they're utilizing it really well. They're putting pressure on Rutgers, and they get themselves trapped in the corner. Excellent job by Chamberlain to keep it in. However, Goldman carries behind his net. Galindo along the board, off the board, over Jerry Cavella. Badalisi back to get it at his blue line. Line change for Rutgers. Badalisi just misses Chamberlain. If Chamberlain could have gotten that, he would have been sprung for a breakaway. But as it turns out, it's an icing. Well, so far, it's a seesaw battle going back and forth. Both teams being aggressive. Marist utilizing that forecheck, and they're putting some pressure on Rutgers. Rutgers really isn't responding too well to it in the first minute. Foxes down 3-2. Trying to get that equalizer here. Some debris on the ice. We take a break before the free throw. Marist has winless in their last 8. They have lost their last 6. Their last non-loss was a 1-1 tie to Montclair. Shuffle pass. Puck back at center ice, taken by the Ice Knights. Samwell playing deep. Better result from Marist, and then pass. Foxes have control at center ice. That is that Murray, who has a goal for the Foxes. He got beat to the puck. They got some nice moves there. Gliding, switching positions. Little stick by Caldas from him, huh? Nice try. Murray in the corner for them. Comes to the side of that. Shot by Alfieri. Save. Rebound. Murray. Shot. Oh. Rebound. Goes to the cleats. Fires the net. We have a penalty coming up on who? As Varga dies on top of the puck. It appears it'll be on Rutgers, and if so, the Foxes will get a 10 power play.
God, I think my eyes are deceiving me. It looks like it went in and came out. It did for a second. It looked like it went in the goaltender Barger and actually had gone off the leg of a Rutgers defender, but I really don't think, we don't have instant replay, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the penalty going to be on Pat Nika, and Foxes with their 10th power play of the night. They're 2 for 9 thus far. We're lucky we don't have instant replay because then we've been proven wrong. Or proven right. Yeah, well. Face off, taken by Rutgers. These face off, very important now. Oh, big shot taken by Murray. And he tries to wrest the puck free away from Galindo. Galindo's just looking for the face off in his own zone. Alright, trying to get it free. He's trying to shuffle it with his feet. Plant gets control. Takes behind his net, but loses it in his skate. Again, it's Galindo looking for the face off, but Murray trying to wrestle him off the puck. Plant again, trying to stick his doors. Kevin coming up here. And it's going to be on the Foxes. And there's a little kicking there with the skates. Very middle of contact. Chris Murray will go on for the penalty. And that will be the remaining 131 of the Foxes power play. We'll play full on for hockey for that. And then Rutgers will end up with an abbreviated power play of their own. Not what Marist wanted earlier on. You really expect a little bit more out of senior Chris Murray there, but again, 17:48 left to play here in the third period of play. I tell you, it's very cold in this Ice McCann Arena. Something I'm not used to. Right away here as team captain talking things over with the referee is going to score a single. And Chris Murray going off. I really don't know what the discussion's about. Murray goes off the penalty. That should be it. They got to get things straight. Can't play a game without anything. Red Foxes winless this season when going into the third period. Trailing. I mean, break out the media guy here to see how we did last year. You wouldn't know, Scott, you're Mr. Hockey, Mr. Marist Hockey. No, everybody knows you for that. The Red Foxes were just at 0-16-0 when trailing at 2. So the team is primed for a big third period comeback. Well, this game can go for either team. Both teams desperately need a win. I don't think Rutgers a little bit more than Marist, but a win's a win, and it helps both teams. Again, take this opportunity to welcome all of our internet listeners. A special simulcast tonight. We thank them for tuning in on the World Wide Web. This, I believe, is an MCTV first, having audio streamed on the internet. Well, this is going in the right direction, Scott. Again, they do have 2 minutes on the board for Murray. And all that talk is real quick. 4-on-4 hockey for 1:31, and then Rutgers ends up with an abbreviated 29-second man advantage. What was the penalty? What did we call it? Flashing, kicking? It was interference. What's interference, huh? Face-off will come outside of the Rutgers zone. Jordan Plant and Chris Murray with the goals for Marist. Ross Goldman with 2 goals, and Brian Williams the other for Rutgers. Face-off won by Marist by Federico off it. Puck still slippery. Manson. Face-off line. Finds Guglielmetti, but Guglielmetti had it pick off his stick. Goes behind the net. Chris Walling there. Chris Walling has it poke checked away from him by Hastings. Hastings takes in front of his net. Almost coughs it up. Now Federico from the face-off to the spinning pass. Oh, stopped there by the goaltender. Wrapped around the net. Comes to the swap. Magic shot. Oh! Greg Magic as the Rutgers ice drops off the rubber disc in their own zone. Greg Magic finds the back of the net. And we're tied at 3. And there you go. Exactly what you said. They were playing defensively, and it didn't work. It's now tied the game, and now they're in position to take the lead in the next score. Let me tell you something, this has fired up the crowd and the team, and Scott Maristano, might I say. Not sophomore, the quiet sophomore. Craig Magic, his second goal of the season, his second goal as a collegiate hockey player, and a very big second goal. Goal comes at the 2:45 mark of the third period. They're knotted up at 3. You gotta love hockey at NCTV. That goes behind the Foxes net. Chris Walling. Now on the near side, 45 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And then again, Rutgers ends up with a brief pause for themselves. Whistle ball here, we have an offside on the Foxes. Let's take this time, let's just give our crew here some, big thumbs up for doing a good job today here. Our first broadcast in over 3 years. Travis Elatoski, Eric Kimmel, manning our broadcast. That's a good job done by them.
Also our camera guys, we'll mention everybody as the game goes along. Gotta really tip my cap there, Kimmel and Travis. They put up a lot the last couple weeks for me. Face off, won by Rutgers. There are a handful, Montana. I know. Tough to us behind it. That's why everybody loves it. Sending pass into the slot. Lost the Coleman with Scott Parker. Now in the face-off for the shot. Go! Marist College break. Puck wraps around the boards near side. 14 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Brandon Pangway can't get the 12 from there. Guglielmetti from there. Guglielmetti. Wearing the former number, by the way, Braden Planbeck, who scored 50 goals in his career. Pangway. Oh, shot wide. Goes off the glove against the flat wide. Now, Rutgers on the power play for about 20 seconds. But at center ice, Pangway with it. Gains the red line. Goes along across the blue line. Lost control of the puck. Here comes Rutgers on the power play, a 3-on-1. Centering pass over the stick of Hastings. Now centering pass there. Intercepted by Alfieri. He backhanded to the blue line, but not out. And Williams keeps it in. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. However, the whistle blows. The goal came off this morning, and the clock is gone. As you see the referee putting it right back down to the Magnus. Try to hold it down, Magnus. I always wondered. Magnus and also poles in some places. They got hockey's gone from poles to Magnus kept the poles to keep goals in play. I hope you're ready to put on this someday, Scott. You know a lot. A lot of minor league players now have gone back to poles because they work a lot better. Face off. One by the Foxes in their own zone. They carry it up on Jordan Plant with a head of speed. Stop. Walks his head and he falls onto his stand. Down 3. Shot angle shot. Falls over the state. Alfieri from the... Woo! Made a shot broken up in front. Alfieri keeps it in at the blue line, but it's played back to center ice. And Marist is quick to the puck. Fadalisi crossed the blue line, but he's post-checked away, and Rutgers the other way with a head of speed. Williams into the slot. A loose check from Fadalisi, but the puck is not picked up by Murray. As the crowd really getting into it here. Here comes Chris Murray on 2-on-1. Murray, centering pass, controlled by Alfieri, but actually goes between the legs of Alfieri. Now Plant, centering pass, Pavella. Near point, to a screen, deflects off the glass. In the corner, as we're tied at 3, 14:50 left in the third. And Marist can set up a little bit, take his time. Murray behind the net, can't quite control it there. Taken by Rutgers off the glass side of center ice, but they're going Red Foxes there. Fadalisi waits and dumps it in. Chasing is Chris Walling. Can't quite get to it. The puck is played. It's back out to center ice. Or the puck is trying to keep it in. Now, Scarlet makes Guglielmetti. Try to take it in the pin out. Again, I'd like to welcome all members of our crew tonight. And also, I'd like to welcome you to the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in downtown Poughkeepsie, New York. The McCann Ice Arena, to be more specific. This venue, if you're unfamiliar, you might get frustrated. Both a convention center and also a ice rink. And for those interested, Kenny Rogers will be here in December. And Meatloaf. Donald Meatloaf is with a Cooper House as well. Play that on. It's in the Rutgers zone. Chris Walling has it in the corner. Now his brother Jeff, and again the arc wing. Back on to Chris, back to Jeff. But the Hanson's almost trying to take. How about that? Not the Hanson brothers from the band, the one from the movie Gotcha. There you go. Who's talking about the band, Scott? Hey, you don't know Flash Shot. The fine movie. By the way, I was recommended the Hockey Geek Steve watch Flash Shot on one of these road trips. You have to watch it, was it a Pauly Shore movie? There you go, some playing it again, Scott. Pauly Shore. He made his money. Biodome. Well, anyway, I was bad, you're right. Actually, was the point. I fall asleep on the first pitch anyway. Rutgers has control in their own zone. Tied at 3, 13:20 left. He wasn't waiting for that pass. Brandon Pangway sent it in from there. Fargo will stop it there. I don't know why he stopped it in there. And due to the Foxes, he go off in the Rutgers zone. Really, he could have just left it behind his own. Yeah, there was only two Marist players down there. He should have just let the game go. See a shot there of David Shango at number 21. Again, he dislocated his knee a couple weeks ago. But he's back 100%. He's a hockey player. Everyone takes the draw, leaves it for the Foxes. Poughkeepsie along the board. Poughkeepsie centering pass. Nobody home from there. And Rutgers has it. Sam Davies goes to the red line, dumps the deep. Matt Allison stops it behind his cage, gives it off to Jerry Cabela. 10-man pass to center right, Petcher B. Gains the blue line. Petcher B. Drop pass. Shot. Saved by Barca, and there's no rebound. He's not letting that puck rebound. He's killing the Marist drive when he goes. Thinking about Poughkeepsie there for a second. Poughkeepsie with the game-winning goal on opening night against Vienna when he scored a goal with just under 2 minutes to give the Fox a 4-3 win over national powerhouse Vienna. Route 9 rival, as you like to say. Face off. Foxes control it again. Plays deep by Federico. David Chamberlain and Durando battle deep. Durando takes a knee, is taken down there by a Rutgers Ice Knight player, and Rutgers has it. Then goes across the red line, but nice defensive work done by Federico. Touches the dumps it deep, chasing after Durando and Chamberlain. Durando and Chamberlain both get down there, but they don't beat Durando. That's lead. On the board, Livingston has it for Rutgers. Push to the head. To Bam, back to Livingston. Comes around his man, into the slot, but coming from behind his man, just sweep it away. Marist playing some tenacious D right now. At center ice, right in front of the TV screen, the puck is dumped deep into the Foxes zone. Gangway seeing a lot of ice time late in this game. Has control. He kicks skates up ice. Gangway around a man, and he bumps it deep. Gangway suffered an injury freshman year, didn't see much action last season as a sophomore. Received some significant minutes this year. 11:40 left in regulation. We are tied at 3. Well, this time's nothing new for these two teams. Back into the Foxes zone. Marist plays it back out to center ice. Controlled, however, by Mika. Mika dumps it deep again. Andrew Lane back to get it from there. Being beaten to the puck, though, by them. In the corner, Nicholas tries to get it around. Now that is going to be Perkinsell. To the blue line, Dean. A look check from Marist. Penalty coming up. It's going to be on the Foxes. Red House lost his helmet in the goal mouth. However, I think it's going to be a call on Marist. Now, behind the puck, it's going to be a tripping call on Jordan Plant. So Plant, who has a goal tonight, will go in the box 2 minutes for a penalty. And Rutgers will get their first power play of this period. They are 2 for 5 so far tonight.
Well, this is an important power play for Rutgers. This gives them a chance to take an advantage and take the lead.
Face-off will come in the Marist zone. For a second there, you got another gratuitous shot of the Marist banner. I wonder whose idea it was to put the banner right there.
Got so proud.
Yeah, it wasn't my idea. Play continues on. Lots again, Donovan. At the blue line, Gorman shot for a screen. Saved by Allison. Rebound, cleared out. Tapped into at the blue line. Oh, what a hit. Takes the redirection. Allison keeps providing the puck. Takes the save. Play stops with a buck 39 left. The penalty to Plant.
Number 6, so some hit there before for Rutgers.
So we get a shot, by the way, of our color commentator, Paul. He's wrapped up in a blanket. Not so cold.
But I was so professional looking 5 minutes ago. I don't know if you want to see that.
It was all the professional dudes.
There we go. We got somebody getting up there with the camera. There I am.
Not on yet.
Play back. We'll get it on the next break.
Puck is dumped deep by the Rutgers Ice Knight. Wrapped around the board, checked in. A minute 20 left on the Foxes power play. He's on the Rutgers power play. Scarlet, top of the slot. Sends it to a screen, broken up by the shins of Kukli and Meddy. And the puck ever so slowly goes back to center right. Hastings, back in for Rutgers.
Very fast-paced action going on.
Gets it over to Williams. Williams with 2 goals tonight. Shot! Saved by Allison.
And did they get a break there, Marist?
55 seconds left in the power play. Gorman, cross-ice pass. Gorman, shot, save, rebound. Goes to the corner. And the Foxes will critical length of the ice. 40 seconds left on the power play.
Nice deflection by Marist.
Rutgers will slow things down and take Goldman. Now Williams will carry it out. Williams, cross-ice pass. Now it could be Perkinsell. In a spot, slap shot. Great save by Allison. Allison coming up. It's going to be on the Foxes.
It's not good because they're digging that hole deeper and deeper. Did not want penalty at this time.
Still 26 seconds left on the one-man advantage for Rutgers. They're about to get a two-man advantage. The last time they had a two-man advantage, it was faster.
Oh, they got it on me.
Well, there's a shot at Poughkeepsie.
It's very cold in here. I can't want to dress.
Look at that.
So I'm going to cover up now.
I got short sleeves on, for heaven's sake.
Hey, you wanted to wear a suit jacket.
Oh, my goodness.
Now let's get back to the game. Thank you, though.
26 seconds left in the one penalty. 2 hits on the board against Matt Allison is going to make the call. The call is going to actually be on Matt Allison, the goaltender of the Foxes. And that's interesting. Yeah, Matt Allison must have tripped on a player who stays in the crease, and I think the Foxes may be calling their timeout here to settle things down. The last time the Foxes were down 2 men, it was back in the first period, and Rutgers scored a goal.
It's definitely right. And that's why Marist should be a little concerned that they're in the penalty.
Again, 9:36 left in the third period. We are tied at 3. Foxes about to be down a man for 2 minutes. A shot there just outside the mid-Hudson Civic Center. The post office. There you go. That's the Poughkeepsie Grand Hotel, by the way, you see right there. And the mid-Hudson Civic Center is right next to it. Again, it appears the Foxes have called their timeout. Discussing things. This is very, very important for who goes in goal now. No, Matt Allison will stay in goal. That's the major penalty that would cause a game of conduct that would cause him to be ejected. He will stay in goal. It will be served by another member of the team. I'm not sure who that is. I can't make out. Whoever it was that just took off their jersey, he saw a second ago.
Right.
But either way, the Foxes will down a man for 2 minutes.
Oh, if Marist can get through this, they'll be pretty good shape for the rest of the game.
9:36 left. If people were saying hockey wasn't going to be good on FCTV. Well, the timeout is over with. The face-off will come in the Foxes' zone. 26 seconds of 2-man advantage to Rutgers. Face-off. Goes the blue line. Tucked in by Gorman. Gorman from the slot. Shot. Save. Rebound right in front. Polo shot out of there by Alfieri. Very smart by Alfieri. He got the puck out of there. That's actually Chris Murray. 10 seconds left for the 2-man advantage. Gorman lost control of it. Murray clears it. That will do it for the 1-man advantage. The crowd gets into it here at the Civic Center. After playing 5-on-4 hockey, 1-man advantage to Rutgers for a minute and a half now. Some fresh check there by Chamberlain. And Chamberlain plays the deep. Some fresh legs. I think Chamberlain just came onto the ice. Whistle blows, and we're going to have a penalty coming up, and I think it's going to be on Rutgers. And if that's the case, that will negate the remaining 122 of the power play for the Ice Knights. Let's see who the guilty party is. Number 11. It's going to be Pat Nitka. So Pat Nitka will go off for Rutgers, and we are set now for 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 22, and then the Foxes will end up with a brief power play of 38 seconds. So I'm sorry, from 14. Now it's going to be number 14. They put 11 up on the board. Never touched the scoreboard. That's Ryan Williams. Face off. Foxes win. To the point. Cavella. Plays it deep with the backhand. Scott near board. Murray behind that. Murray by the center. But once again he's going to hold it. And it's gobbled up by Varga. Varga holds on. 3-3 scorers. You can see there. We always keep the score up in the upper left-hand corner. The Fox box. The Fox box. Yeah, we didn't steal that from anywhere either. Face off. 3 pucks to take it. Goes in on the board. Gormley, that Hastings tries to play. Now has a chance, he does so. Race for the puck. Will gets down there as he keeps developed. Now behind that, nice just by the junior captain. Doesn't matter who wins the race, just matters how hard the check is. Boxing with some numbers here. Top pass develop. It goes right at that. Murray in the corner. To the slot, he was looking for a shrinking Federico. Federico a little late on the play. 35 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey, and then Marist ends up with a free power play. Federico lost his head. Marist sent back to center ice, and he races to the puck. Parker racing with a couple Red Foxes. What? With a head of steam catches up to him, and Pope checks the puck away from behind. And then Cavell with a check from behind, and Cavell will go on the penalty box. Not a smart play with Marist getting the
5-on-4 advantage coming up. And that's going to be close to getting a double minor for boarding if the referee wants to. And that could be a killer to the Foxes. The bell will go off. Number one, you lose one of your best leaders out there. It is a cross check and a slash. Casella, there we go. That's Planta, folks. Now they changed it. Now they have a penalty coming up on Rutgers as well. That evens things out. Yeah, the Fox will get a heck of a break here. Joyce has all got away with murder. Actually, if that poor guy comes a little bit lower, it actually was a murder. They actually yeah, there we go. So it's coincidental minors. So after all that, it's coincidental minors. And we'll continue to be where we were before. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey for another 56 seconds, and then the Fox will end up with a brief 30-second power play. Manzik off the draw, skates it behind his own net. Manzik out of center ice, Fumo trying to keep it ahead, taken by Point. In the slot, shot, saved by Barza. In the corner, Fumo wrestles after it. Plant's coming up with it. Plant leaves it behind him for Fumo. Federico. Clock to Manzik. Down low, shot, save from a bad angle. On the course of Fumo, his shot never got through. Cleared by Rutgers. Fox on the power play for 20 seconds. Marist did not capitalize on that opportunity. They were a little close to the puck. They had a clear shot. Christian. Half forward. Off the Plant in the face-off circle. Back to Manzik. Ball side pass. Federico shot, never got through. Now Manzik in the slot. Near face-off to the Plant. Whistles a shot off the shoulder of Barca. We're past the 5-on-5 hockey. Under 7 minutes to play regulation. If we're still tied after regulation, we will play a 5-minute overtime and then that's it. Say, Varg is really doing a heck of a job out there, showing that Rutgers really isn't an 0-12-1 team. Again, the Foxes down. I think there was high 3-3. There's a shot of the James D. McCann Recreation Center, where we'll be next weekend for the Marist Hockey Classic. Red Foxes taking on Colby and then either Vermont or Eastern Michigan in men's basketball. Cameras everywhere tonight here in the Hudson Valley. Marcus cleared back to those Rutgers zone by Marist. I only had a nose warmer, everything would be a perfect world right now. Puck comes out in front, intercepted by Hastings to the blue line. They will just barely triple across. They got to react, not just to react quicker. They saw the puck floating there, and then by the time he got there, it was a little too late. Puck goes out of play in front of the Rutgers bench. So we will have a face-off just outside of the Rutgers blue line. What an exciting game at this time. The Foxes had a 1-0 lead, fell behind 3-1, but it's tied up at 3. There is no shootout. It's a 5-minute overtime, just in case we go to overtime. Let you all know. Puck goes behind the Rutgers net. They'll skate it up hard. 0. Long pass, missed his mark. We should have icing it well. A little shootout would be very nice. So I can stop there. It's sudden death. We're people that do not do that in the NCAA. And, of course, as a result, neither do not do that also in the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Maybe I can make a suggestion one day. I'm going to begin loving the beard. I love the beard. That's all I can say. I can't grow it. It's almost like that Al Borland beard, you know? Beard. That beard. Can't make fun of the guy who's been excellent to us the last couple of years. But yes, he does look a lot like Al Borland and Bob Simmons. He's Al Borland. Well, Bob Simmons, not Al Borland. Al Borland was family too now. Great. Off the glove, puck trickles down the goaltender and we covered it up. Yeah, we're just like roughing up there. Don't worry, Scott. It's okay to relax every now and then. This is a very intense game. 3-3. Can't expect anything better on a Friday night. Rutgers, 0-12-1 this season. The Red Foxes winless in their last 8. What's their gift? Something will. That's out Terry. Haven't heard from him tonight. Plant. Centering pass looking for Murray. Hopped over his stick. Plant in the slot. Can't control it. Murray. Out for the shot. Oh! Kevin out Terry with the goal. As Rutgers can't control the rubber biscuit. Now the Red Foxes take a 4-3 lead. The transfer from St. Michael's College in Vermont comes through for the Foxes with his 5th goal of the season. And listen to that crowd go. I don't think anybody's more on the sideline. I wish we could get a shot of him pumping his fist in the air. It's got to be one of the funniest things I've seen. But that's a huge goal. Very big. We're going to go 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the third period. Marist has a 4-3 lead. Baseball's controlled by Marist. Al Terry with the goal is, I believe there is his fifth there. Let me correct myself if I'm wrong. No, it is his fifth of the season. And the Foxes have scored 4 unanswered goals to make that 3 unanswered goals to take a 4-3 lead. That's right, they're excited. With 5:20 left to go in regulation. Not looking for more. Lead from the blue line. Shot in front. Saved by Vargas. Al Terry was looking for a second. Just a moment ago, so we hadn't heard from Al Terry. Al Terry says, Marist, you don't know what you're talking about. And I bet that's not the first time you heard that. But now, Al Terry's going to follow this ball up with a penalty. Al Terry a little bit aggressive. Throws the stick in the air right there, and he knows he just made a mistake. But he's going to celebrate the penalty box now. And a holding coming up on Al Terry, and that will result in a 2-minute power play for Rutgers. 5:02 left to go in regulation. The Foxes with a 4-3 lead. What a way to come back for 3-year hiatus from NCTV. I hope they score at least one more time just so they can see you cheer again. Face off, won by Rutgers. They'll set things up on the man advantage. The play on short-handed comes through. Trying to very pass for Kumo, but it hops over Kumo's stick. The Foxes very aggressive tonight. Play the kind of hockey they need to play. And really, even if they don't win this game by a blow margin, they'll still be successful. Kumo shot, the rebound, save again. Oh, Foxes making a pack with the devil. They make those saves right there. He got really lucky there. 1:30 left on the power play for Rutgers. They get to bring out the wrong goal. Excellent penalty kill by the Foxes. What a hard hit on the board. Now Pavella from center ice dumps it in deep. They didn't hold it this time. They let him play. He knows 4 minutes left. He just wants to keep him going. Foxes with the 4-3 lead. That's Williams around to Relive. Williams stop pass to Parker. Parker shot. Saved by Allison. And Allison holds on. Allison doing a fine job today. Remember to stick around following this game. John Pascal in a post-game interview. And Paul Steve will come up with 3 stars of the game. And I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. As you see some animated things in this game. Face-off in the Marist zone. These face-offs very important now. At the point, shot by Goldman. It whistles wide. Kept in. By Levinson, behind the net man, the Foxes is trying to clear it with 50 seconds left on the Rutgers power play. Jeff Long will dump it back to center ice. Here comes Rutgers back to the Foxes, all perfect cell in the corner. Long in the half court, trying to play it deep, picked off by Julian Knight, but kept in by Williams. Williams, a shot from the blue line, goes wide. Did you get your 3 stars from like NHL 95 team? Is that what you came up with the team for tonight? Oh, of course. Okay. Foxes clears away from the ice. 20 seconds left in that goaltender, Vargas. Either he doesn't know the game of hockey or he doesn't have his head in it. Why do you let the puck go by? You seem to be waiting for the ice stick. Again, the Foxes got a man for another 30 seconds. Vargas doesn't know what the situation is. Puck has been cleared. Vargas time will hold it there. Now trying to play it ahead. 3 minutes left in regulation. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. As the Foxes killed off the penalty. Passes Z in the corner. As Marist looks for insurance. Marist needs insurance. They don't want to come out a winner. Off point, Pavella. Plays it in deep. Now it's the corner. That's going to be Peruso. Dumps it back to center ice. With 2:30 left in regulation. Tied up back on the Fox net. Rutgers 6-12. On his front in the cleats. And Allison makes the save on a wrap around the tent by Brett Dunn. Allison making the saves when they count the most. We got 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Marist College nursing a 1-point lead. Referees come right in after the play to make sure that the extracurriculars are kept to a minimum. You see Brett Dunn there. Upset about something if he's escorted away by one of the linesmen. I think they're trading six. You see Don make that dance on him. I keep calling him Don because originally on the roster he was Don Federico, and now he's Dan. Dan Federico goes in the box as well as Brett Penn. Where is he really? Don or Dan, or is it the two? He's Dan. Okay.
Finally, he's game.
Well, I think you're the one that make up the rosters, no? I got it from the coach. That's Scott Montano there.
No, Coincidental Miners there on hold.
So hopefully 27 seconds for 5-on-5, hopefully.
Takes off. One by Rutgers. Shot. Off by Allison. 2:25 left in regulation. And about a minute, he's going to have to start looking for Varga and see when he leaves his crease. Yeah, you really think you go with the 6 men?
And the face off control by Marist. Picked up by Rutgers, lost control of the puck, and now Marist has control.
Behind the net, Pavella. Sends it in the corner. The time is on the Foxes' side, but Rutgers still 1 goal away from tying this up and sending it to overtime. Is Marist 2 minutes away from snapping out of his 8-game winless streak? And I have happiness and joy in my life once again.
Marist swarming to the puck. And Scott Montano searches that higher happiness.
Puck goes to the blue line. Can the Foxes get it out? Chasing after his Hunter for Rutgers. He's speaking at the point. And now Chamberlain steals it away. Gives it off to Pavella, who clears it back to center ice. They're looking number 25 shoulder. Puck now is deflected off. John Durando goes in on Barber. Oh, there we go. Covers up. And then John Durando wears a atomic body shot. That's what that was. Durante. A little flip to see it wrestling. Back body drop or something. Throw the guy off the ropes and then you settle in. I believe Durando will go off as well. Matt Galindo, they'll both exchange 2 minutes. 1:40 left to go in regulation. And what an interesting way to end the third period. Bob Simmons does the refuge group. The Red Foxes in a situation here to win this game. They're in position. All I have to do is hold out for another minute 40. As Marist and Rutgers get together and close to the rest. There's something been going on all night. It seems like the rest might be all out of sync. Again, Jen Pasquale will interview Bob Simmons. Paul Speech will give his 3 stars of the game as soon as this game comes to a conclusion. What a contest we've had tonight. We saw a battle of momentum going both ways. .140 left. In regulation, the faceoff will come up in the Rutgers zone. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey. Chris Murray will take the draw. Can the senior win it? Yes, he can. Back to Pavella. Pavella plays it in deep. 135, a silly pass throughout period. Never got to the small little junior. We're going to score the, right now, go-ahead goal. Out to the, there we go, breakaway shot. Oh, deflected wide right. Yeah, just went off the pads of Longa. Checked in by Fatalisi. Off the Murray. Oh, just missed the one time. Oh, Alex Healy almost had his second goal. A minute left to go in regulation. Marist on top 4-3. Ball is still in his goal mouth for Rutgers. Shot taken from the blue line. Shot by Allison. Cleared the left and just waiting by clearing it. No wasting on the play as it goes in on Varga. He has to play it. 50 seconds left. Marist on top by 1. They're seeing a 1-point lead. Bad pass there, but no icing on the play as the referee raised it up. Varga still hasn't gone to his bench. 40 seconds left. Rutgers keeps it in deep. The Rutgers coach is still out looking for the extra packet. Down to 30 seconds left. Work tries to get this ball, but he can't. 30 pass, never got through. Varga heads to the bench. The goal crease to our right there. The puck is cleared by the Foxes. 20 seconds left. Foxes on top by 1. Play has it. Takes the shot. The empty net misses wide. 10 seconds left. Rutgers a chance for one more good run. Quick shot. Oh, he plays it deep. Now a long pass missed it. Mark, we will have a whistle. We will have an icing on Rutgers. That will stop play with 6 seconds.
They got to bring back, they might want to bring Varga back in.
Scoring a face-off win by Rutgers and then hitting a outlet pass. The Red Fox are in good shape to with. The Red Fox have to make sure that Federico and Magic, who are playing the defensive positions right now, hang around center ice and that they do not let any Rutgers player get past them off of the draw. I would assume Rutgers will call a timeout here and set things up, but I don't think they are. They might know their strategy. Face off. Tied up there. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Whistle blows. There's the horse ending this contest. And the 8-game winless streak is over. The Marist College Red Foxes defeat the Rutgers Ice Knights by a final score of 4-3. What we're doing now is we'll take a break, and then we will return with Jen Pasquale with Todd Simmons, and we'll also have Poughkeepsie with the 3 stars of the game. Once again, our final score, the Red Foxes 4, Rutgers 3. This is Marist College Hockey on MCTV. Tonight, as we defeat the Rutgers Ice Knights by a score of 4-3. Well, some things out of Jen Pasquale as victorious head coach, Bob Simmons. Jen?
Hi, I'm here with my head coach, Bob Simmons. Rutgers number 1 tonight. Wait, I'm going to streak there. That game is the game with the winless streak, and the one side was straight. How do you feel about the team's play tonight?
Well, I think after the first period, we picked it up a little bit. The second period, we were playing faster, definitely harder. So we weren't taking the body much. We were kind of waving at it. We ended up winning the period 1-0, but we still could have done better, and that was what the reception was at the end of the second period. We still got to take the body, and we still got to do the little things right.
Right. Now, going into the game, there's a lot of talk about doing the streak and everything. How did the team keep the morale up during it?
Because it has to be tough to go 8 in a row pretty much, and try to maintain any kind of good attitude. This past week, we lightened up practices a little bit, we had a little bit of fun trying to get back into the attitude, the winning attitude. So that helped a lot. Everybody came prepared to play tonight. It was not a matter of now just adjusting the attitude and focusing in the right direction.
As you said, tonight game played very physical. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I was hoping that we would play physical. We haven't been playing that physical lately. So we picked it up a little bit. We got a little chippy though in the first period when we started shooting penalties on and off, and that's not a good thing to do. We returned to a play that we had done 2 years ago, and we were too lucky to do that season. So what we want to do is take the body right of that off the front and have the second man come in and pick it up, and that's what we're trying to get them execute. They started to execute that more and more as the game progressed. So hopefully that helps build the morale, because that's success and one success is to another.
You played with them choose one team out of today, and you handled them real well. Do you expect the same tomorrow as we have?
Lehigh is supposed to be a little bit better team than Rutgers. I hope that we step it up a little bit more as far as body contact goes. As long as we continue to play the same game with the same intensity that we saw in the last probably 10 minutes of this period, I think we'll do all right.
All right, great. Thank you very much. Congratulations on winning on. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Jen. It's excellent job done by Jen Pasquale. Our restart reporter today, and hopefully that'll become a regular feature on MCTV. Once again, the Red Foxes victorious tonight as they defeat Rutgers by the final score of 4-3. The 8-game winless streak is over with. That'll be a fun ride to Lehigh on Saturday. Quickly, shots on goal for Marist. They had 36. Rutgers, they had 22 in the game. As for power plays, Marist was 2 for 11. Rutgers was also 2 for 11 tonight. Paul, what do you say about tonight's game? Well, I have my 3 stars. I think it was a very good game played by both teams. Rutgers wasn't reflective of their 0-12-1 record, and Marist now proves they're on the right track. Hopefully they get back in the top 10 in the rankings and they go higher in the standings. Let's start with number 3. My third best play of the night, I think it was Ross Goldman for Rutgers. He scored 2 goals, 2 important goals that kept them in the game. Second is Jordan Payne. He scored the first goal of the game. That really set the tone for Marist early on. And first is Kevin L2, the man who Scott haven't heard much from in the beginning of the game, but he scored the game-winning goal and ultimately won the game for Marist with the game-winning goal. So, Scott, any final words from you? Not really. I'm just excited to see a win for once. Red Fox again with the victory tonight. All 4-3. Any final words, Paul? Yes, you're the happiest man in this place. And also the 260 other people that were in here. There you go. And the team. All right, coach. I'd like to thank Paul Seach for joining us today. We pulled him out of radio to come down to television anytime. And also Jen Pasquale, our race side reporter. Time out to thank the people you did not get to see tonight and hear from this evening at MCTV. I'd like to thank our audio man, Sonny Visco. Nice job done by him as he gets to run the ropes here with MCTV. Our graphics man was Josh Madison. Our excellent camera guys tonight. Great job following the puck. Craig O'Brien with the ringside camera. Also, George Pinella and Andrew Pearson, and I believe Sonny Disco also filled in there as well. Our technical director tonight was Eric Kimmel. Our producer director, Graham Puba, and editor this evening was Travis Eltossi. By the way, all those extra shots outside the Mid-Hudson Civic Center and the James J. McCann Recreation